This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. Rams football on WMIX and the Section 618 app is powered by People's National Bank. Watch most games on the WMIX Sports YouTube channel, thanks to Allstate agent Paul Shields. Mount Vernon Rams football is also presented in part by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Josh Finley Country Financial, Munkin Toyota, Bonnie Cafe, Civia Law, Hall Insurance Group, Walgreens Distribution Center, Huey and Newell Funeral Homes, your Mount Vernon Culvers, Tony Wilt State Farm, SSM Health Good Samaritan Hospital, Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply, Casa Raya, Bean Insurance, Biltmore Buildings, Landers Collision Centers of Mount Vernon, Michael Croshan, Edward Jones, Mount Vernon Wind Supply, and DollarSavingDeals.com. We take you to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth for the Landers Collision Center pregame show. Mount Vernon Rams football starts now.
Senior night here from Kent Hunt Stadium as Mount Vernon Rams will close out the 2025 campaign against the Unity Rockets. Here, I'm Chris Hugo. Hank Evans alongside Shauna Pugh back at the Mount Vernon studio. Devin Finley taking care of things for the WMIX Sports YouTube. We're also glad to have you on 94.1 WMIX and the free Section618.com app here tonight. The Rams are 3-5. Unity comes in 7-1. Of course, Unity out of Tolono, Hank, a football power out of Central Illinois, playing the tough Illini Prairie Conference with the likes of Bloomington Central Catholic, Monticello, St. Joe Ogden, amongst others, and a battle-tested team coming in.
And it's a team that's been in the playoffs 29 out of the last 31 seasons. The name synonymous with Tolono Unity is Scott Hamilton. He retired at the end of last year. His offensive coordinator, longtime coordinator, Tony Reitz, takes over, and they've picked up right where they left off. They're 7-1, rolling. They put a running clock on teams about the last 5 or 6 weeks. So, needless to say, the Rams will have their hands full.
They certainly will. And, of course, you look at their quarterback, a future Division II product, committed to Central Missouri prior to the season, Dane Eisenminger. And you look at what he's able to put together, a nice portfolio, 1,700 passing yards on the year, 2 targets, in which looks like they distribute the load rather evenly up to, of course, obviously depending upon who's open. Both have over 600 receiving yards on the year. They can also get it done on the ground.
And, yeah, you're going to see a lot of Crew Eckstein on the ground. He's only about 76 yards from 1,000. About just going through their last 5-6 game box scores, they've rolled up 40 points in the first half. So, statistically, these have been really 3/4 of stats most of these games.
Boy, they have, and I'll tell you right now, for this Ram team, disappointment last week, coming off a 48-44 loss to arch rival Centralia in the final matchup they'll see for the foreseeable future. Rams led 44-20 at the half, and we'll get into this with Coach Dan Mings. A tale of two halves for the Rams, and the lack of depth for this Mount Vernon team really showed itself in quarters 3 and 4 last Friday night.
And we can go back to week 1, Waterloo, week 3, Collinsville, and even playing Cahokia. Mount Vernon's played a lot of strong first halves, and like you said, really just ran out of gas in the second half, and that's something for this program to take the next step. I think the numbers are going to have to improve.
They are, and of course, we'll get into that. I'm not going to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. Obviously, the pregame interview with Dan is recorded. We did that this morning, and we get into that. We get into the plenty of topics of depth. We get into Centralia. We get into Unity here tonight. Stay tuned to this Landers Toy and Collision Center's pregame show. We're live from the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. Don't forget our streaming video tonight, WMIX Sports channel on YouTube. We also have 94.1 WMIX and the Section 618 app along for the ride. I'm Chris Hugo. That's Hank Evans. We'll be back in a moment, but first, a quick commercial break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Looking for convenient banking with a local touch? Welcome to People's National Bank. With their easy-to-use services and friendly bankers, they're here to make your banking entire experience smooth and personalized. From checking accounts to mortgages and agriculture loans and more, they're always here for you. Experience the difference with People's National Bank, where convenience meets community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
$574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate.
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact Mount Vernon's Allstate agent, Paul Shields, today.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary. When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX, presented by People's National Bank.
Welcome back to your Landers Toy and Collision Center's pregame show, 94.1 WMIX, the free Section 618.com app, and, of course, watching live tonight on the WMIX Sports YouTube channel. Coming up at the top of the hour, the Mount Vernon Rams and the 7-1 Tolono Unity Rockets. We welcome now head coach of the Mount Vernon Rams, Dan Mings. Coach, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Chris.
Well, last week, a tale of two halves, unfortunately for the Rams. A big lead at halftime, and the Orphans come back for a 48-44 win. And I thought, trying to pick out all the positives because there were a ton of them, I thought the Rams probably played the best second quarter, and it was probably the best quarter of any that I've seen in the past few years. Just so electric. The defense was top shelf. The offense was moving at will, and you cap it off with one of the things I love the most, which is a long field goal, and the Rams take a 44-20 lead at the half. And for all intents and purposes, that first half may have been the best half of football we've seen out of the Rams.
There's no doubt in years. I mean, we had over 400 yards of offense in the first half. Our defense was playing pretty lights out football. Our special teams were on point. Yeah, I mean, everything that we wanted to do, we were doing, and it was working to perfect plan. And so yeah, it was definitely probably one of the better first halves in decade,
Easily. And your defense, of course, I thought Archie Guai a little rattled. I mean, he was struggling to make his throws. He was under pressure. I mean, your secondary was able to hang one-on-one when needed with the receivers, especially Bratton. And, they did make some catches in the first half. They did get some touchdowns. But at the end of the day, that second quarter just lights out, and the Rams had a big halftime lead. Then, unfortunately, in that second half, Centralia starts with the football. Centralia starts to make tackles. Centralia starts to complete passes. And it was just that perfect storm of a Centralia comeback.
Yeah. You can't put my finger on it. Who knows? I think it's just our lack of overall team depth, and our kids were given everything they possibly could give, and they ran out of energy. They just ran out. It had nothing to do with the scheme. It had nothing to do with the kids, that were out there. It just had to do with we just ran out of energy because we gave everything that we had to build that lead, and it was just, when the body gives up, and there's not much you can do about that. And we were hoping that we could hang on and get a couple first downs and those types of things, and we just couldn't do it. It's one of those things that this particular time, I always go the route of giving the other team the credit. Well, not this time. It was due to us, not them. We just ran out of gas. And that's all you can say about it. They had very little to say about the game. We took it the first half and we gave it the second half. So it's over. We move on, and it's one that'll stick with me for a while. Not because of losing the game necessarily, but by who we lost it to and how we lost it.
Yeah, and I agree. As an alumni, it bothers me to a degree, but I remember I have a job to do as well, and to be as energetic, as impartial as I possibly can. But taking a few steps back in that 30,000-foot view, the thing that I feel like Centralia did better all four quarters of Mount Vernon was simply just have more kids.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%, Chris. And I'll say it this time, and I'll say it again. The kids on the field are not what loses the football games for us. It's the kids walking the hallways that aren't doing anything. That's what loses football games for Mount Vernon, to be honest with you. I've been going through some stats, and I know we're sort of on a time constraint here, but there have been 5 football games in the 4 years that I've been back that we haven't been in, which means we've lost by over 14 points. There are 15 other losses. All 15 of those losses, we had to leave in the second half. All 15 of them. and by us not having the depth to finish, and the kids out there playing their guts out and playing their hearts out, we just don't have enough kids to do what we need to do, at this level. We just don't. But it's not the fault of the kids that are out there, trust me.
No, and, I think that fact probably cut a little bit deeper in the second half, and I don't remember if it was late third or early fourth when they ran a kid named Jace Brammeyer out there, and it's like, oh my gosh, who's this? This is a nice wrinkle. He's given some change of pace, and it's a new running back giving a tired Rams defense fits. And I thought to myself, I didn't say it on the air, but I'm thinking to myself, it'd be nice to have the numbers to have a kid like that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, no doubt. And hopefully we'll try again and try to recruit again and try to do all the things that we have to do, here at the high school. But it's sort of sad, because there are kids here walking the hallways that aren't playing, that, for whatever reason, my mom doesn't want me to play, or I don't like the game, or, whatever excuses they give, they're just not doing it. And it's sort of disheartening, because all the kids that are out there and the other kids in the school want us to be successful. And it's just that part of it's just sort of sad.
It is. And so before we talk about unity, I mean, let's face it. I don't want to put you in a bad spot or set you up on a tee for a disaster here, but how do we as a community rally to get more kids to play the game?
Well, I don't know that the community necessarily has to do anything different, because I've never had anything but support from the community. So it's not that, it's not the donors, it's not the people that buy the cards, it's not the people that support us. It's not that. It's just not letting the kids play football. That's just what it comes down to. There's a certain amount of kids that are, if they're specialized or if they don't even do anything else, they're just not playing the game of football. And football is the most popular sport in America. There's more people who play football than anything else, except for the town of Mount Vernon, which is mind-boggling to me. So something's going on, something's happening. I don't know necessarily what it is, but we're out there at practice, and there's other teams that are out there practicing right now. So there's like 45 or 50 other boys out there practicing for other things, right now. That why are they not playing football? When you add another 45 kids to the mix, that gives us a pretty good shot to be successful. But, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully something turns around at some point.
Amen. No sooner a turnaround could come than tonight. I mean, hopefully the Rams and Rockets should be a good one. A quarterback that's going D2 to Central Missouri. Eisenminger, I believe, is the pronunciation of his last name, number 3 on the roster. Over 1,700 yards passing this year, mainly throwing to 2 different receivers. They have a running back, I believe, that if he hasn't surpassed 1,000 yards, should. But a pretty balanced offense coming from the Rockets tonight.
Oh, no doubt about that. And they're a school that's been to the playoffs, I think, 33 straight times. This year will be 34 straight times that they've been to the playoffs. They've won a couple state titles. I'm going to equate this to, back to that 2005 team when we played Newton, the last game of the season, and they were, headed for their state run, and they ended up getting second in the state. I'm going to sort of equate this team to that one. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball, but their strength is their offensive and defensive lines, because their offensive line creates the protection and the holes for the running back and the quarterback, but their defensive line is so good that their linebackers literally run untouched to the football. I mean, you can't get to them. They're so well trained and they're so well coached. The kids are very disciplined. We couldn't find a hole in what they did special teams wise, because every kid holds their lane, every kid does what they're supposed to do. We couldn't find a hole offensively, like we can pick on this kid or we can pick on that kid. We couldn't find a hole defensively. Okay, we can, maybe double team this guy and we can get to the next level here and get some blocks and those types of things. They are probably the most sound team. They equate to like a old school DuQuoin team and what Mount Carmel's been in the past, what Harrisburg has been, when they make their state runs, when they go, they're just so good up front, Chris. I mean, that's going to be whatever happens in this game. It's because of what happens on the line of scrimmage.
Well, no doubt. And I mean, I think when you look at their conference, the Illini Prairie, it's a who's who of guys or teams or schools, I should say, that you'd see Fridays after Thanksgiving on TV. Bloomington Central Catholic, of course, Unity. St. Joe Ogden in the mix. I know Monticello. And, of course, when you look at Unity's record, their loss is to Bloomington Central Catholic, who's going to be a favorite in their class no matter which class they're in.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, they can recruit from the whole Bloomington area. So, yeah, they should be pretty good every year. But, it's a tremendous conference, and state champions come from that conference all the time, and this will be, I think I'm not sure, I didn't see the last rankings, whether Cahokia moved up into the rankings or not, but this is going to be the second or third ranked team that we played this year, and they are by far the best team that we played this year.
So I know the line play, but what else will it take for the Rams to get a win tonight against Unity?
Well, it's going to be a broken record. We can't have penalties, we can't have turnovers, and we have to be good tacklers. We've got to move the ball. First downs equal touchdowns. So we're going to have to make sure that we move the ball on the offensive side. And how do you contain a first-team All-State quarterback and, those types of things? Those are things that we've got to do tonight. So when it comes down to it, we just have to play better fundamental football, and we've got to finish a football game.
No doubt. Coach, as always, appreciate the time. No Fridays are busy. Coming up at the top of the hour, of course, we'll have kickoff, but I have appreciated your time each and every week this season, and let's wrap it up with a win.
All right. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
That was Mount Vernon Rams football coach Dan Mings here on your Landers Towing and Collision Centers pregame show since 1988. Landers Towing and Collision Centers in Salem, and, of course, now in Mount Vernon. 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Of course, coming up at the top of the hour, we will have kickoff. The Rams and Rockets tonight on the regular season finale. We'll have your Monk and Toyota keys to the game forthcoming, as well as your Hall Insurance Group starting lineups. And we'll get to know our Civia Law officials of tonight's game. It's all coming up. Of course, you heard Dan Mings, and it was a tale of two halves last week against the Orphans, and depth an issue. Depth could be an issue tonight. I mean, you heard Dan talk about it. Unity has lines on both sides of the ball that could really wear our kids down, but we'll see what happens. Should be a fight to the finish here tonight at Ken Hunt Stadium. We're in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. We'll take a break, come back, get you set with some Week 9 matchups from around the area here tonight. It's senior night from the Hunt. Stay with us on 94.1 WMIX, the free Section 618 app, or you can watch live on the WMIX Sports YouTube. This is Rams football powered by People's National Bank.
If you are looking for a new career, Walgreens Distribution Center in Mount Vernon is hiring. Walgreens offers an excellent benefits package, competitive pay, on-site health clinic, 401k, performance bonuses, shift differentials, full-time employment, and maintenance technician openings. Plus, they have walk-in Wednesdays every Wednesday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. No appointment necessary. Walgreens is an equal opportunity employer and welcomes individuals with diverse talents and backgrounds. Walgreens promotes and supports a drug-free workplace.
You need insurance to help protect things that mean a lot to you. You need coverage that's affordable because we all have a budget. At Country Financial, we get it. For close to 100 years, we've offered insurance and financial services to help protect what's most important to you and to help prepare for your future. Best of all, I'm here to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. In other words, we've got your back. I'm Josh Finley, your local Country Financial representative. Call me at 618-242-4024.
Landers Towing and Collision of Mount Vernon and Salem is your go-to one-stop shop when it comes to collision repair. We are now an OEM certified body shop. We provide high-quality collision repair services for your light and medium-duty vehicles, campers, and heavy-duty trucks. We use industry-leading products for all of your collision repair and state-of-the-art technology, including ADAS calibration systems. Landers also has 24-hour towing service in your time of need. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition on the free Section 618 app, powered by Paul Shields Allstate Insurance. Now, back to Rams football.
Back at Ken Hunt Stadium on the campus of Mount Vernon Township High School for this Landers Towing and Collision Center's pregame show. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Call 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. Of course, senior night here in the King City at Ken Hunt Stadium. Chris Hugo joined alongside by Hank Evans, and always a bittersweet night to say goodbye to all of the seniors. Band, cheerleading, Rockin' Rams, of course, and the 11 football players.
And it's amazing how fast a high school career goes by. They'll be our age before they know it. I hate to tell them. So congratulations to all the seniors.
Without a doubt. All 11 football players. Of course, the football players will receive their John Scribner Senior Memorial Scholarships at the banquet, we were told. So Grandma Paralee, the Hall of Famer, now wanted everybody to know that they will receive their scholarships at the banquet, not tonight. It is kind of a crazy night, especially trying to do that down there on the field prior to the game. So she just was adamant that everybody knew and happy to tell everybody. So at the football banquet is when the scholarships for tonight will be handed out. So that said, it is week 9. A ton of schools will end their seasons tonight, 256. It'll just be the kickoff to the postseason. And tonight, looking at week 9 action, Effingham is 4-4 trying to get in. They have 38 playoff points. They have to take on the Centralia Orphans in Centralia. And so you look to the north, and Centralia did themselves a seeding favor with that come-from-behind win last week.
Yeah, they're looking at a very possible being able to host a game next week and be, the 5A playoffs. And as I was going through, there was one 4-5 team that made it last year. And then the year before, 6 4-5 teams, but the 50 seems to be the magic number of playoff points. So the math for the Mount Vernon Rams is not real good, but they got to win the game first.
Without a doubt. Of course, Mascouta's 5-3 trying to get in. They have a very low 31 playoff point total. They're at Carbondale tonight in what could be a game of the week type game. Maybe not, but we'll see. Trying to be nice. Mattoon is 1-7. They're at Marion tonight. Marion's 5-3 with 35 playoff points. Marion, the heavy favorite tonight.
I would say so. They'll move to 6-3, and they'll be in the middle of the pack in 5A.
Of course, Sycamore probably put on the map down here because they had the original district proposal about 10, 15 years ago, and they're 4-4 with enough playoff points. They have 44 going to Cahokia tonight at 7-1, and the Comanches are going to be the favorite.
Yeah, Sycamore, however, generally a very strong program, so don't count them out.
Let's see, and what would have been a couple of years ago a river-to-river Ohio game, and about 32 years removed from it being a South 7 contest. Benton, I have that backward. No, Harrisburg is at Benton tonight. The Bulldogs are 3-5. They will not make the postseason this year and expect to be the latest team to fall to the undefeated Benton Rangers.
And Benton will be 9-0, and then we'll talk more about the 4A bracket later. I think that's a loaded 4A bracket in the South. A 9-0 team's going to have a tester in the first round.
I used to be one of those that I would plot, and I would look at every single playoff scenario I could headed into Week 9. But I'm telling you right now, there are so many schools on the bubble and down this way in terms of Centralia being 5A or 4A, Benton being 3A or 4A. I don't envy anybody trying to plot that out tonight. So the Rangers should be undefeated by the time it's all said and done. Nashville Hornets travel to 7-1. Chester. Nashville is 5-3 with 41 playoff points. Should be in, but could certainly help themselves with a win.
Yeah, certainly in Chester, they're quite a 2A program. They're in every year, and they'll be looking to host a game next week.
Well, it used to be a big rivalry matchup, and still is to a degree. Murfreesboro is at DuQuoin. The Indians are 7-1, while Murphy is 4-4 and fighting to get in. On the road tonight, that'll be a tough one.
Yeah, DuQuoin obviously the favorite, and it's been I think a down year in the river-to-river. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
Well, it has, and I'm going to tell you right now, the Black Diamond's going to be interesting tonight. Christopher Ziegler, Royalton, Alvarado. In closed conferences, you go 5-4, you typically get into the postseason. It's just how the math works, and they're at 2-6 Edwards County tonight. And Mike Rude, in his hometown, the Reclamation Project, looking to get the Bearcats in the playoffs for the first time since Nick Batts took them there in 2008.
And we talk about numbers. That was a team, they've been through 4 or 5 head coaches the last 5 years. They had trouble getting 30 kids out for the program, so what a job he's done as the Hall of Fame career.
Playing for pride tonight in El Dorado. Carmi-White County is winless, and that's not something we're accustomed to saying. They battle 2-6 El Dorado on the road.
Yeah, El Dorado will be looking to go 3-6, and it's odd to see Carmi 0-8.
In the North Egypt, Little Illini. Nope, the Black Diamond. Red Hill is at Flora. The Salukis are 5-3. Wolves are 7-1.
Historic season for Flora, and oddly enough, they have never won a playoff game, so they could get off the snide next week, and they'll be hosting most likely.
Coached for a long time by Benton native Skip Dillon. Obviously not the case anymore, but they're still looking, as you said, for that first playoff dub. In the BDC tonight, big one tonight in Johnston City. Cesarville-Waltonville is 6-2. They're in against currently undefeated Johnston City Indians team.
Johnston City, both programs been juggernauts even since we were in high school, so that should be a heck of a physical battle, I would suspect.
Justin Townsend and the Fairfield Mules, they travel 15 to 242, I would guess, or maybe some back roads to Hamilton County to Carl Mock Field. That's 5-3 Fairfield against 1-7 Hamco.
Hamco decimated by injuries. I talked to their radio guy the other night. They're down to about 16 healthy bodies, and that's just almost impossible.
One of these teams a long time ago in the Jared Shaner era was going to be a Week 9 opponent for the Mount Vernon Rams, and then the other one slipped in to get the game. Heron and Breeze Central. I feel like maybe we're going to play Heron, but The Tigers 0-8 this year against 7-1 Breeze Central out of the Cahokia Conference.
Really, since Jason Carnes retired, Heron's just really dropped off. A lot of coaching turnover and just really struggling the last 4 or 5 years.
Of course, Salem is at Charleston tonight, non-conference play. The Wildcats played their last Cahokia Conference game last week, and now battle a former Apollo foe in the Charleston Trojans. 2-6 Salem, 1-7 Chucktown.
Not much. I don't have much for you there.
Nope,
Chris.
I don't either. So we're going to skip ahead to East Side at Bradenton, Florida. They're against the very tough, putting it lightly, IMG Academy.
IMG will have Power 4 players at every position on the field. So East St. Louis will be the underdog, believe it or not.
Edwardsville struggled against teams outside the state. They're 4-4 this year with 42 playoff points against DeSmet, who's also 4-4. Won't be a factor in the Illinois playoffs. Obviously, they'll have district play coming up in Missouri, but a must-win, obviously, for the Tigers.
And that'll be high-level football, I promise you.
O'Fallon at LaSalle Peru tonight. O'Fallon's 3-5, LaSalle Peru 2-6. We'll skip that. Belleville West is 3-5. Future Ram opponent next year. We'll have them week 2. They travel to Kirkwood. They'll play St. John Vianney, who is 3-5, in a matchup that's really not going to set the world on fire in either state.
Nope, I don't have much for you there. Let's move on.
Alton's 0-8. They travel to Highland. They'll battle future South 7 foe, the Bulldogs. They're 5-3, just 34 playoff points. A must-win. You would think they'd be the favorite to get in, and some have plotted they may be a team that sees the Benton Rangers in round 1.
Well, that would be possibly a problem for Benton. Highland, I can promise you that maybe they're a little down this year, but they will be physical up front and play a lot of smash-mouth football.
Jeff City, Capital City, Missouri is 5-3 at 6-2. Belleville East, a former Ram opponent. Don't really have a lot there, but Belleville West out of the Southwestern already in the playoffs.
Yeah, Belleville East had a nice year. It's probably a little bit of a surprise team in the Metro.
Waterloo 6-2, battling 5-3 Rochelle on the road tonight. That's a long trip to Rochelle in northern Illinois, but the Bulldogs already in.
And you look at Rochelle with 46 playoff points and 5 wins. That's probably a pretty good football team. Waterloo, we saw them week 1. We know how big and strong they are.
Just going to kind of run down everything else.
Yeah.
Little Illini, Mount Carmel, I forgot to put their playoff points. They're trying to get in at 4-4. I didn't put playoff points because they're going to be in there in a closed conference. That's why I did not do that. But Mount Carmel's 4-4 against 1-7 Lawrenceville. Marshall traveling to Newton tonight. The Lions are 4-4. Newton Eagles 3-5. Albany's undefeated, looking to cap off the regular season perfecto at home tonight against 3-5 Robinson. KZ Westfield 7-1. They're in. They battle Paris. Both teams should be in, closed conference. Big one tonight, especially with that strike maybe settled, the potential strike for West Frankfort. They're 5-3 against 4-4 Sparta. Neither team has a ton of playoff points.
Sparta looking to make the playoffs for the first time since 1992, believe it or not.
Been a long time. And then non-conference play, Taylorville's at Civic Memorial tonight. The Tornadoes trying to get in 4-4. They need the win. They only have 35 playoff points. Mount Zion's at Mater Dei tonight. Mater Dei's 3-5. Mount Zion's already in at 7-1.
Mount Zion would be another one of those teams possibly in that 4A bracket in the South.
I'm looking at the rest of this. Columbia's already in with six wins. Westland's 4-4 with only 32 playoff points. They have 1-6 Madison. Other than that, it's a lot of things pretty well out of the area. Tonight, East Alton Wood River going to try to see if they can get on the board for the first time this year against 7-1 Dupo tonight.
And you're talking about scoring a point, not a win.
Yes.
They have not scored all year.
First Tony Weld State Farm scoreboard updated tonight, however. Last night, Massac County beat Pinckneyville as those two teams finished their season. 48-7. Massac finishes 4-5. Pinckneyville drops to 2-7. We'll take our final break on the Landers Toy and Collision Center's pregame show. Come back. We owe you a ton. The Monk and Toyota keys to the game, the Civia Law officials of tonight's game, and your Hall Insurance Group starting lineups. It's all straight ahead here. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Hey, everyone. It's Marty with Huey and Newell Funeral Homes. Life is deceptive in the course of living it. We get so wrapped up in our daily activities that we lose sight of what we're actually here for. A life well lived is one that doesn't rely on accomplishments or acquiring stuff, but instead focuses on relationships. Practicing kindness, empathy, and compassion are the things that last and will impact other people's lives for generations to come. We are Huey and Newell Funeral Homes, serving our community with the greatest of care now and many years to come.
Tacomas. Hi, this is Presley Marlowe, sales manager at Monken Toyota in Mount Vernon. Come check out our 2025 Toyota Tacoma. We've got 5 of them on the lot right now. During the Toyota Fall event, fall into savings with deep discounts and 3.99 financing for 60 months. Choose from SR5 and TRD off-road models. But hurry, the TRD Pro is excluded and these deals won't last long. Drive yours home today for Monken Toyota in Mount Vernon, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Your table's waiting at Bonnie Cafe. In Mount Vernon, delight in the daily lunch and dinner buffet filled with favorites at a price that won't break the bank. Enjoy Fish Fridays, Saturday crawfish and ribeye steaks, and Sundays feel just like home with turkey and ham dinners. Breakfast all day and crispy fried chicken served every day. The historic Bonnie Cafe, inside the Mount Vernon Airport, or the OG in Bonnie. Open 7 days a week from 6 to 8. Family owned, locally loved, and always worth the trip.
Looking for a bank that fits your lifestyle? Discover People's National Bank, where convenience meets value. With mobile banking services, you can manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Enjoy free checking with no hidden fees, competitive mortgage loans to help you find your dream home, and specialized ag and commercial products to give you an advantage in managing your business. Experience banking made easy and affordable. Visit People's National Bank today and see the difference. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
Stop searching for your own insurance. You have too much on your plate. Just one call to Hall Insurance, and they'll find the best coverage for your needs. Whether it's home, auto, renters, boat, motorcycle, your business, whatever you need coverage on, they'll do the work for you. Then call you back with a quote, most times in the same day. Call 618-244-7500 or visit hallinsgroup.com. Hall Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency in Mount Vernon. hallinsgroup.com.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by People's National Bank.
Back on your Landers Toy and Collision Center's pregame show. This is WMIX FM, Mount Vernon, Marion, all of Southern Illinois, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Top of the 7 o'clock hour. We're going to get started a bit late here after the senior night festivities. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside. Landers Toy and Collision Centers, of course, in Mount Vernon and Salem. Find them at landersauto.com on the World Wide Web. Give them a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888. Landers. We owe you keys to the game, presented by Monk and Toyota, just off of Exit 95 in the King City, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. How did the Rams get that win?
Somehow, some way, Mount Vernon has to get pressure on quarterback Dane Eisenmenger. Probably going to have to bring maybe a safety blitz. You're going to take chances. Corner blitz against this mammoth offensive line. And Staples, Rudolph get to the second level of the Unity defense. See if those linebackers and safeties have seen speed like this. They probably have not. And you got to limit we talk about it every game, the pre-snap penalties and then the stuff after the whistle, the unsportsmanlike conducts, stuff like that. Those are killers.
Peace of mind comes standard with Toyota Care. You're covered with maintenance and roadside assistance for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Ask about longer protection with Toyota Care Plus. Find out more at Monk and Toyota in Mount Vernon. Let's see, I have them somewhere. The Civia Law officials of tonight's game. Civia Law offers personalized solutions for you, your family, and your business. Let's see, the referee is John Manfian. Your linesman is James Robinson. Your line judge, Tim Henry. Umpire is Malcolm Fox. And your back judge is Josh Dunderdale. A patchwork, piecemeal, whatever you want to say, crew tonight. These guys have never worked together in their lives.
You're getting a lot of that now. You're going forward. You're going to have a lot of games on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays just to make it work. And I don't see any solutions on the horizon.
There aren't. Local families choose Civia Law. Call today, 618-659-4499. That's 618-659-4499. As the Rams will kick off first. The senior kicker, who has been a junior on my roster all 9 weeks, Truman Carnine, will kick off. We get to know the Hall Insurance Group starting lineups when they take the field. Don't waste your time. Let Hall Insurance do the shopping for you. Go to hallinsgroup.com. Get a quote fast. That's hallinsgroup.com.
I believe Mount Vernon will be receiving.
Did I do that backwards?
Yes.
Oh, I was looking down. Yes. Well, there we go. Mount Vernon will have the ball first. How about that?
Let's get a lead against this veteran Unity squad. They've got about 25 seniors, over 100 in the program. Been a juggernaut for a long time.
There we go. Here comes kickoff, and it'll go to about the 30-yard line. Into the 29 picked up, and it's going to be Zay Nesbitt across the 35, down to about the 39-yard line where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. And we will get underway. And probably worth knowing, I really don't look at the field after I see the coin toss again until about 7 o'clock. And then tonight, no one was running behind. I was not paying attention. But Rams have the football first, underway thanks to People's National Bank, the official voice of the Mountford and Rams, here on WMIX.
It's a stout Unity defense, only allowing 10 points a game.
Of course, your line, Kylan Brown, Holden Burns, Carter Burns, Carson Bradford, J.T. Van Allen, Adrian Reimer, the tight end. Your receivers are Nesbitt and Mast. Backs are Staples and Rudolph typically, and C.J. Hughes Disrow Jr. will be your Ram quarterback tonight, barring any changes to the Hall Insurance Group offense. The orange-footed back on the left side.
And I believe you told me Staples getting close to 2,000 for his career.
23 away from $2,000 and 164 away for 1,000 for the season.
Well, he'll need to get there for Mount Vernon to win tonight.
Without a doubt. Rudolph is the orange-footed runner. More maybe a dark charcoal. Nope, those are Air Jordan 1 lows maybe. Orange and black for Jay Sean Staples.
And you want to see Mount Vernon running backs get to the second level of the Unity defense.
As they're having a play clock issue, that's a delay. 4 seconds were off the clock on the kickoff, so 11:56 left in the first. Rams and Unity tonight. Out of the gun, it'll be a quick handoff here. Staples trying to bounce off, then finds a seam up the gap, crosses a 40 down to about the 42-yard line. That's going to be a gain of 3 for Jay Sean on the ground, 20 away from 2K. Of course, all these statistics are unofficial until they're certified by the accounting firm of Huddle, probably by Monday. 2nd and 7 now for the Rams. Ball on the 42, 11:30 mark of this first quarter. Looking for that Walgreens Distribution Center first score. Out of the gun, single back set here. They'll shift left. Worried me for a second. Out of the gun for C.J. Hughes Disrow. 2 receivers right here on 2nd and 7. It's just going to be a stretch play for Jay Sean, and this time bounces between the tackles. Gets maybe a yard if the spot is generous. However, one has him at the 43. One has him for a no gain at the 42. It's going to be a no gain for Jay Sean. 2 carries, 3 yards.
Good gang tackling led by Colton Langendorf, 6'4" senior. Again, that's a senior-laden team. Got our score bug fixed. Our apologies to those of you watching on the WMIX Sports YouTube, but back in action is the scoreboard. 3rd and 7 here. Ball on the 42-yard line, just tucked inside that near hash from our vantage point. The receivers on each side. Mast left, or right. Nesbitt on the left with the quarterback out of the gun. Out of play action, slant play, going to be overthrown. Great defense out of the secondary for number 5, Braden Henry. And that'll bring up a Mount Vernon 4th down, 4th and 7. Played it to perfection, didn't get in the way, wasn't too handsy. And really an overthrow there from the Ram quarterback will potentially cost them a 3rd down conversion. Mount Vernon's going to line up to go for it. Why not?
Why not? Be aggressive early. 10:36 mark of the first quarter. Ball on their own 42. It's 4th and 7.
This might be a pooch kick.
Yep, he's going to step back, and step back he does. This is going to take a nice tight spiral on the kick. It'll take a Ram bounce inside the 20, going down to about the 15, 14. Do I have 13? I don't. Zay Nesbitt's going to down into the 14-yard line. That'll end up as a heck of a pooch for the Ram quarterback.
Well executed. Unity defending for the 4th down play.
And we're going to get our first look at Dane Eisenmenger. Headed to Central Missouri next year. They're Division II, and Warrensburg, I believe. Not Warrenton, but Warrensburg is where Central Missouri is. That's where he's headed next year. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets from their own 14-yard line, dressed in white maroon trim, glossy maroon helmets with that Unity U on each side. So they'll go out of the gun, single back with 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And so now just a quick handoff for Eckstein up the middle. Nope, he's going to bounce to the outside of the 20-25 and finally puts his head forward. Probably got a little extra yardage as a result, down to the 26, 27. 13-yard gain, I believe, for Crew Eckstein.
Famous alum, Unity, at least to me, Brian Cardinal.
Oh, yeah.
His dad was the head athletic trainer for Lou Henson's staff at Illinois, and somehow he ended up at Purdue.
I know, isn't that odd?
I can't remember. There was a story to it.
There usually is.
It's mid-90s.
First down for the Rockets as they'll have 1st and 10. And, ooh, Another run by Eckstein, left side again. He'll have 10, maybe 11, as he'll try to get that far sideline.
He's a bulldozer.
He is, and the Rams aid the effort, taking him all the way to the 40.
5'11", 190-pound running back.
Was that about 14 yards?
Yes.
So 2 carries, 27 yards already as they move the chains again. 1st and 10 Rockets, 9:40 mark of this first quarter. We're in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. The Orthopedic Center has a long-standing tradition of superior orthopedic care. Quick snap out of the gun. Looking right, may keep it himself. Nope, going to throw over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete as Mason O'Neill is headed left to right over the middle. That's through the hands, a little bit of an overthrow high, and that will be the incomplete pass to make it 2nd and 10 and stop the clock with 9:30.
A little hot on the pass.
Long drive from Tolono, south of Champaign, if memory serves correctly.
About 7 or 8 miles south of Champaign. A couple little towns in the district: Sedoris, Philo, Sidney.
Sydney, yes.
And Pasodum.
2nd and 10 now for the Rockets. Ball on the 41-yard line, far hash. Low snap, no problem. Eisenminger is going to be on the run. Flushed out left, no problem. He'll put it to the ground and get to the 45, 46 out of bounds. Gain of 5 on the ground for the future Mule.
And Eisenminger, he can run the ball himself. He's ran for 188 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns.
Rams defensively have Josh Crowder, Davius Barnes, Jamarian Peterson, Jay Sean Staples, Carmaine Hawkins in the secondary. Your linebackers are Jackson Simmons and Exodus Thomas. D-line, Titan Whitfield, Lazarian Roberson, Ethan Kirby, and Adrian Reimer. Your Hall Insurance Group defense. This is going to be a quick handoff here again for Eckstein, and the Rams linebackers were quick to close that gap. Maybe 1 or 2 on the play after a quick 5-yard run earlier by Eisenminger. Oh, he'll get 2 or 3. I'll give him 2. So Exodus Thomas on the tackle. If you're looking for a bank that truly cares, People's National Bank offers exceptional customer service and innovative solutions. Discover more at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Out of the gun here, single back. They'll load him up 2 on the right. We'll have a flag there from the far sideline. Looks like the hard count got the Rams, and they'll gift another first down on a penalty. At least that's my assumption here.
It's been kind of the story of the year.
Congratulations, Rams and Lady Rams cross country. This week's Josh Finley Country Financial Ram of the Week, offering insurance coverage to protect what's most important to you. Call Josh Finley with Country Financial, 618-242-4024. As the Rams are offsides, it'll be a 5-yard penalty. It'll take them across into Ram territory for the first down. And, of course, Rams and Lady Rams cross country won the South 7 Conference. That's why they're the Rams of the Week.
Well deserved.
Congratulations. Even the JV boys won. I don't think there were enough girls running the JV race to qualify, but the Lady Rams certainly would have won that too. As this will be a run left. Eckstein, they finally smell what's coming. I think Thomas and company in for the tackle on that. That could be a gain of 1 or a very fat no gain as it may go on paper. I'm going to say no gain. So 4 carries for 29 yards now for Eckstein unofficially. 8:24 remaining here in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball on the far hash, 47-yard line. Out of the gun here for Eisenminger. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Your left receiver is Hogard. Looks like Henry and O'Neill on the right side. The back, of course, is the workhorse, Eckstein. So on 2nd and 10, you guessed it, easy off-tackle run here up the right side and maybe about 6 on the plays. He crossed that 45 down shy of the 40 to about the 42. It's going to be 5, I think, for Eckstein.
And Exodus Thomas on the tackle. We've called his name a lot so far.
I believe the Gridiron Club and Coach Dan Mings awards these awards. I believe he was the Defensive Player of the Week from last week. Could have been the week before. My apologies if I'm incorrect. But 3rd and 5 here for the Rockets. Ball on the Mount Vernon 43. As they're on the left side now, they have Maddox Sutherland out there as a target. This will be a throw to the right. It's going to be complete to O'Neill. He'll get past the 35, stepped out of bounds to about the 32-yard line. So a gain of 11 through the air that time for the Rockets. So 11 for 11, and it'll be another first down for Unity. 7:26.
Henry on the catch?
Yes. Okay. Henry for 11 is what I have. It'll be 1st and 10 now on the Mount Vernon 32 as the Rockets moving the football here in the first quarter. Looking for that Walgreens Distribution Center first score. Get your scores from around the area tonight, presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. 1st and 10 Rockets from the 32-yard line. Looking downfield, and there is Jay Sean just missing on a sack try. It'll be a flag route here, fade, pass, and we'll have pass interference. And I think after it was bobbled, it might have been grabbed there by Hogard in the end zone. Touchdown.
What a catch.
Oh, boy. We're going to watch that one again. You're going to see this. I mean, he was interfered with and bobbled it and somehow came away with it to make it 6-0 here on a 32-yard touchdown pass. And, yep, there's a flag, there's the catch, and he got a foot down. That's just easy peasy. At least he made it look that way.
That'll be the 10th receiving touchdown on the season for Hogard.
Well, there we go. I got stuff I got to write down here. Getting the love from Rob Wild up here, the PA announcer for the Mount Vernon Rams, too. You know he's impressed when that happens.
Mount Vernon's seen some good quarterbacks this year, but this guy at this stage of the game might be the best. That's missed extra point, probably blocked.
I don't think that's a strength for them here this year. So 6-0 Rockets on the SI Talent Carpet Supply touchdown. That serves to be your Walgreens Distribution Center first score of the quarter. Walgreens looking to hire full-time, part-time, build your own, even salaried positions. Build your own schedule, that is, not build your own salary. Walgreens is an equal opportunity employer and welcomes individuals with diverse talents and backgrounds. Of course, if you're a good negotiator, why not? So I always tell people, let me see what you got. So the score here, 6-0, Unity, 7:18 left in the first quarter. Chris Hugo with Hank Evans alongside. Our video stream tonight on WMIX Sports YouTube, presented by Paul Shields, your Mount Vernon Allstate insurance agent. If you haven't shopped for insurance in a while, give Paul a call. While everyone else is raising their rates, Paul's doing his best to lower yours. Call Paul at 618-241-0551.
A slight surprise early score, long way to go. Effingham 7, Centralia nothing.
Well, I mean, it was that way last week, too, and we see what happened.
And Effingham fighting for their playoff lives.
I will say this. You asked me off air, like everybody else, what happened last week, and one thing I forgot to bring up with Dan was the Ray Calling effect. To me, every bit of that was Ray Calling, and just a big win last week. He's, of course, an assistant coach for Brad Guwai now, not taking anything away from Brad Guwai.
I mean, Ray's running the offense, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And Ray won a lot of games at Mater Day.
Oh, yeah. And then when became the athletic director at West Glen and then had to coach football. Muffed kickoff return here for the Rams, no problem. Staples will pick it up. He's at the 25, looking to come to the near side. Keeps his balance at least to do a cartwheel at the 30. Gets down to the 31, where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. Ooh, baby. So 6-0, Tolono Unity on top. Of course, Scott Hamilton, the coach there for, I think, the better part of 3 decades, maybe 29 years, I think, is when he wrapped it up. And they had a guy named, I think, Jason Kirby that ended up at Marion there for a very short while that I think might have been an assistant or something to that effect. And, again, we talk about the Heron turnover. Him and I think another guy, and then Jason Carnes for a long time, and then it's been revolving doors since. Anyhow, back to this one as it'll be out of the gun here on 1st and 10 for the 31. Sweep play coming for Jay Shaw, but he'll be tackled for a loss. Outside the far hash, it's going to be beyond the 30 at about the 29. Going to be a loss of 2.
And head coach now, Tony Meents, longtime offensive coordinator. He played his college football at Illinois State. High school football at the arch rival Monticello, interestingly enough.
Oh, the Sages.
Sages, about 15 miles to the west, Tolono.
2nd and 12 here from the 29 after the loss of 2 by Staples. It'll be Mast on the right side. Nesbitt on the left. Out of the gun, single back for the quarterback, C.J. Hughes-Disrow. And it's going to be a QB keeper. He's looking for his own run. Finds that tackle and runs inside and now gets maybe to the original line of scrimmage. Nope, he'll get 3. So it turns into a net gain on the drive here for the Rams. It'll be 3rd and 9. With 6:15 left in the first, it's 6-0 Unity.
In that part of the state, Monticello, Tolono Unity, St. Joe, Ogden, that's their heated rivals. They're going to play in regular season and probably in the playoffs somewhere along the line.
And I can't remember who their opponent was supposed to have been tonight, but Cerro Gordo also in that area. You have Cerro Gordo Bement, and they forfeited tonight in Week 9. So they lost already. Shocked me. They're not the same.
Teams running out of players.
Absolutely. Depth is a problem for many. 3rd and 9 here for the 32, and it is going to be a counter play. Nope, a reverse. It's going to be Chris Rudolph on the run, and that's going to be a nice on-the-ground tackle by Braden Henry as Rudolph was headed beyond the 40, 45.
Fumbled the ball.
Oh. So he got to about midfield. It'd be a 17-yard gain. Was he able to recover is the question.
They called it down.
Thank goodness. That's a big break for the Rams. First down here, their first one of the night.
And that's a matchup we want to see the Mount Vernon running backs get to the 2nd, 3rd level of the Unity defense.
Remember, it's Sunday dinner at Grandma's. We all do. That's Bonnie Cafe. Turkey, ham, fried chicken, all the fixins. Mount Vernon Airport or Bonnie, daily from 6 to 8. Ball on the 49, 1st and 10 here. 5:20 to play in the first. 6-0 your score. Unity on top. Out of the gun for the Rams. Hughes Disrow looking to the left side. Slant play. Oh, that's going to be complete to Nolan Mast inside the 40. Down to the 35 where forward progress took him. Actually, they're going to say down at the 36. So that will be about 15 yards through the air. And that was a mistimed swat out of the secondary by Unity. And a great catch by Nolan Mast.
Mast has been as sure-handed as Mount Vernon has. Really become a big part of the offense.
So now 1st and 10 Rams on another first down here on the drive. 5:03 mark of this first quarter. It's still 6-love. Unity on top. Casaraya Mexican Restaurant has a wide variety of flavorful options from a traditional ribeye to sizzling fajitas. Have an unforgettable experience at Casaraya at 3106 Broadway. Here in the King City, it's 1st and 10 Rams. 36-yard line is the spot of the football. Out of the gun with 2 receivers right for Hughes Disrow. The wing back is Rudolph. Your feature back here is going to be Jay Sean. And a little screen into the backfield for Zay. Clears the defender on the edge, gets to the outside. He's inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. Score! 36-yard touchdown cash for Zay Nesbitt, and that'll get the Rams on the board. We're tied at 6.
And certainly Mount Vernon can bring a speed element that Unity's probably not seen all season long.
And so the Rams will try the PAT here after getting on the board on the SI Tile and Carpet Supply touchdown. And what a beautiful play for this Ram offense.
Screen pass, get your speed guys, little space, take on the linebackers and safeties.
Ends up 36 yards if memory serves correctly. And Carnine on to kick for the lead, tied at 6. The extra point was no good for the Rockets. Now the Rams going to try to convert here. The 4-star kicker may have had it partially blocked, but it looks like it went through. It'll be good. And that makes it 7-6 Rams as they're on top now, and Carnine is always reliable.
He will be playing on Saturdays next year, I would assume.
You would hope. So
Just
big
some
drive.
Of the college kickers that I watch every week. He's better than most.
Make the switch to People's National Bank for reliable customer-focused banking. Explore their services and find out how they can support your financial journey at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 4:30 to play in the first. It's 7-6 Mount Vernon. Thanks to a 36-yard touchdown pass, C.J. Hughes Disrow Jr. to Nazavion Nesbitt. Truman Carnine does the rest, and that puts the Rams on top.
Simple screenplay. Get it to your speedsters. Let them do the rest.
So with 4:30 to play here in the first quarter, still plenty of time on the clock for both teams. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside. Devin Finley taking care of the film tonight for Coach Mings and the WMIX Sports YouTube. As the Rams will kick off. Ooh, I put this sweatshirt on earlier, this hoodie, because I was afraid it'd be cold, and now I'm simmering in my own juices. A little warm. Be ready by Thanksgiving, I assure you of that.
It'll be high school basketball tipping off in about a month.
Crazy to think about. Of course, the Rams will open their season on Thanksgiving Eve at Triad against the Knights. I believe a 7 o'clock tip-off there for the varsity contest because it is a tournament that has JV and varsity games.
Which is, I think, is a good thing. And that'll be a rematch, I believe, of a sectional semifinal last year.
Boy, it sure will. And this could be a backpedal to about the 1 for the kickoff return, I believe, by Henry. And now looking to fight along that hash does. He's tripped up at around the 22, leans forward to the 24.5. And that's where the Rockets will have it 1st and 10. 4:22 left first quarter. 7-6 Rams on top if you just joined us.
I would think that'd be a big draw, that tournament, is the JVs being able to play. Because sometimes your JVs can go 2-3 weeks without a game.
So Mascouta's there. Collinsville's there. We're there. Triad's there. I feel like somebody else.
Granite City, they still in?
I'd have to go back and look. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line here on the near hash. Eisenminger and company looking for another drive, and this is going to be a quick handoff to Eckstein. Ooh, narrowly escaped Simmons, but Simmons able to get the diving effort for the tackle, and that'll be a gain of just 1 on the ground for Eckstein. Good tackle there by Jackson Simmons. I say Hunter Simmons. I did say Jackson, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay.
Hunter's still playing. He's had a rough couple weeks.
Out of the gun here, rolling to the right side, and this one's going to be dumped off, incomplete. I think some Rams fans clamoring for a potential hold. The officials don't call, don't see. I didn't see it either. I wasn't looking. And it will be third and 9. So they'll spot it between the hashes here. 3rd and 9 for the Rockets. 3:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Michael Croce and Edward Jones, the one you can trust with your investments. Serving Mount Vernon for almost 2 decades. Michael Croce is the one to help you invest with Edward Jones. Out of the gun here, tight left.
Let's see where the pressure comes from. Looking for a linebacker.
They have trips bunched up on that left side. It'll be a pass. Ooh, and what speed there on that far sideline. I believe Hogard as he'll get to midfield. And to about the 46-yard line. That'll end up being a gain of 28.
That's what I got. Too easy. You're going to have to get pressure on the quarterback.
A third down conversion for the Rockets. Oh, boy. Well, we appreciate the support of Mount Vernon Wind Supply, your local source for plumbing wholesale supplies, plus a full bath and kitchen design center to bring your dream space to life. Out of the gun here, rolling right. Oh, a one-handed catch. Beautiful by Henry, and he'll get down to this near sideline inside the 20, 10. Going to be tripped up at about the 10. Of course, the Rams coaching staff trying to point out that he was out of bounds at about the 30 or 25. But it'll be about a 37-yard catch there for Tyler Henry. Of course, we're talking about Mount Vernon Wind Supply, serving Southern Illinois with quality products, expert advice, and friendly service. Another of our great sponsors. 1st and goal now for the Rockets at the 10. 3:23 remaining here in the first quarter. They're looking for another SI Tile and Carpet Supply touchdown. Out of the gun here. Ooh, play action. Eisenmenger on the run. Their third leading rusher. As he's looking for that far corner of the end zone. He'll slip through. One-handed tackle attempt won't matter. He'll get the pylon. He'll go glad hand some fans there on the corner of the fence. And it'll be a 10-yard touchdown run for Dane Eisenmenger. 2 carries, 15 yards, 1 for a score, and it is 12-7.
Eisenmenger, as advertised, 108 yards passing and a 10-yard rushing touchdown to go with it.
And that'll make it 12-7 with 3:10 remaining here in the quarter.
We'll see how this kick looks, but I'd be going for 2 maybe every time if I was him.
Yeah, you know.
Especially with these weapons.
Let's see the end result here on the PAT. 3:10 left. There's the kick, a little chip shot there.
That's good.
Let him dig out the old wedge and knock it through. 3:10 left, and that'll make it 13-7 after the SI Tile and Carpet Supply and the PAT being good. Rams behind by 6.
There's going to be some points scored tonight.
So Walker Hall is the one who got that. And so I was wondering if maybe they had somebody different handling things, because on the roster, Abram Davidson is listed as the kicker. And, of course, I neglected to ask, hey, is your kicker still the same guy? I mean, we've had an embarrassment of riches at the kicking position with this team. We see Truman a lot, but we don't actually always see the others. So 3:10 left here in the first quarter. 13-7 is your Ram deficit here from Ken Hunt Stadium. I'm Chris Hugo. Hank Evans alongside in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. Video stream tonight presented by Paul Shields, your Mount Vernon All-State agent. Of course, we can't do it without the support of our presenting sponsor, People's National Bank. You're never far away from a PNB branch or ATM. Log on to peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So, back to return for the Rams at about the 15, Rudolph and Staples as we await the kickoff here from Walker Hall. The kick will come to about the 31. Zay with it. Good hands that time. He's looking to stretch the field. Goes backwards. Don't do that. To the 30. Between the hashes now, looking to get to the 35 on a diagonal cut. And that's where the Rams will start 1st and 10, 35-yard line. At least he's got the diagonal cut down for basketball season.
Great open field tackle by Austin Scott.
So 3:03 left here in this opening quarter. It is 13-7 Unity. Of course, we'll make the trip to Tolono next year. Beyond that, I know it's a 2-year contract. We'll see if there's any mutual interest to keep this thing going. I think it'll be dependent upon tonight and next year.
Well, and it's the Illini Prairie Conference. They play their first 8 weeks are conference games. So week 9 is always one of those teams will be open. So it's always an option.
Yep.
Other teams that we haven't mentioned: Pontiac,
Rantoul,
Prairie Central,
the old Fairbury Prairie Central.
And then my favorite, the Illinois Valley Central Gray Ghosts.
Chillicothe, baby. Here comes a run by C.J. Hughes-Disrow on the quarterback keeper. Flushed out of the pocket, well under pressure. Got back to about the 31. It'll end up as a loss of about 4 on the ground for C.J. HDJ. Langenthorpe on the tackle, and that will make it 2nd and 14 here on the 31-yard line. 2:38 left here in this first quarter. Of course, Chillicothe, the IVC Great Ghost, made a run to state basketball in like 06 or 07. Had Zach McAllister, if memory serves correctly. He went on to a Major League Baseball career. There we go.
Very good sports conference, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. 2nd and 14 here for the Rams from their own 41-yard line on the near hash. 2:15 to play in the first quarter, trailing 13-7. Out of the gun, play action here, now rolling right. Going to need a block or something. Nope, slips past the edge, uses that speed. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and looked like he started to fumble out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4 to bring up 3rd and 10. So he gets the yards back at least. Of course, quick Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update. Marion leading Mattoon with 3:02 left in the first. Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent at Mount Vernon. Find them online, TonyWilt.com.
Flora 7, Red Hill nothing. Fairfield 14-6 over Hamilton County. Sparta early lead over Frankfurt 7-0. That's kind of one that's important to both teams.
13-7 here. Rams trailing 3rd and 10. Empty backfield out of the gun for CJ. Ball on the 35-yard line, the original line of scrimmage after a 4-yard loss and a 4-yard gain. Back to pass, telegraphing to the left. It's going to be caught by Zay between the tackles. He'll get past midfield down to the 45. We'll see where the spot is going to be, and that's going to be a, 20-yard pass?
I got 20.
Glad you do, because, again, I think everybody's learned in my 20 years now that I'm terrible at football math on the fly.
Football's tough because you got to factor in crossing midfield.
It's like adding time.
2 catches for Nesbitt, 56 yards, and a receiving touchdown.
How much he's improved over the course of the year with his hands. He's learned to look the catch in instead of trying to
make
catch and run.
Yep, 100%.
1st and 10 now for the Rams. They move the chains. It's on the Unity 45 with a minute 14 left in the quarter. A reverse here. It's going to be Rudolph again to the 45-40. Oh, nice footwork at about the 38. He'll get down to the 36. Let's see the spot. Could be 9, could be 9.5. Either way, a nice run for Chris Rudolph. With 1:05 remaining, I believe that their leading tackler, Hermano, made the tackle, number 26. So it'll be 2nd and 2. They're only going to give him 8. 53 seconds left in the quarter. 13-7 Rockets. 2nd and 2 here for the Rams. They'll put the other back, Rudolph, on the wing this time. Come out of the gun, single back. 2 receivers left for CJ. And it's going to be a handoff to Jay Sean, and he'll try to go right up that gut, get maybe 1 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
There's just not going to be much inside against this Unity front. See if Mount Vernon tries to get out wide.
25 seconds to play, first quarter. 13-7. It'll be 3rd and 1 now for the Rams as they trail by 6. It'll be on the 36-yard line, just inside that near hash.
I don't think Mount Vernon will run a play.
They'll choose to go the other side, it looks like. Well, that'll take us to the end of the first. It is Unity 13, the Rams 7. This is Mount Vernon football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Looking for convenient banking with a local touch? Welcome to People's National Bank. With their easy-to-use services and friendly bankers, they're here to make your banking entire experience smooth and personalized. From checking accounts to mortgages and agriculture loans and more, they're always here for you. Experience the difference with People's National Bank, where convenience meets community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your table's waiting at Bonnie Cafe in Mount Vernon. Delight in the daily lunch and dinner buffet filled with favorites at a price that won't break the bank. Enjoy Fish Fridays, Saturday crawfish and ribeye steaks, and Sundays feel just like home with turkey and ham dinners. Breakfast all day and crispy fried chicken served every day. The historic Bonnie Cafe inside the Mount Vernon Airport or the OG in Bonnie. Open 7 days a week from 6 to 8. Family owned, locally loved, and always worth the trip.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
Second quarter we go here in the King City. The Mount Vernon Rams trailing 13-7 as they have the football 3rd and 1. Ball on the Unity 36-yard line. Far hash spot as we start the second quarter. Pump fake there by CJ. Hughes-Disrow on the run now to the 40, to the 30. Well, slipped a tackle. Somehow, I don't know, but somehow telegraphed his way, or whatever the word I'm looking for is. There's a word for that, when you just kind of disappear one place and up in another. But it doesn't matter because it's the first down run. I'll let you figure out how many yards that was.
9.
He teleported. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oh, you had me.
Teleported from the 35 to the 30. I don't even know, but he's at the 27 for a gain of 9. You tell me. I'm going to trust that with 11:37 left here. Looking for that Walgreens Distribution Center first score. I am bamboozled, perplexed, and mesmerized all at the same time. It's now 1st and 10 with Mass split all the way left side. On the right side, Nesbitt here. Single back out of the gun for C.J. Hughes-Disrow. He's looking left. Just a quick, quick incomplete pass, what that's going to be, but just an out curl, and it's incomplete for the Rams. Got to bring 2nd and 10 here, 11:19 to play in this first half.
Mount Vernon certainly with the speed advantage on the outside.
Without a doubt. It's been a close one so far. I mean, the Rams ate up some clock, Unity ate up some clock, and here we are in the second quarter, 13-7. Of course, the Rockets missed their PAT on their first touchdown of the game. The Rams made theirs, and Unity came back and made theirs, and that's how it's 13-7. Out of the gun here for C.J. Hughes-Disrow. Back is Jay-Sean Staples. Out of the gun. Ball in the 27 on 2nd and 10. 13-7 score, and it's going to be out of the option. C.J. rolling to the right and getting to the outside, but I don't know that he got positive yardage. Looks like it might be a no gain if lucky. Yep. That would appear to be the case. Okay, then. Bank with confidence at People's National Bank with a range of services and dedicated support. They're here to help you every step of the way. Learn more at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Same personnel here for the Rams. Tight left and the receivers right, but bunched up against that line. And now here's going to be Jay Sean trying to get up the middle. And he will get to the 25 for a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Unity really bottled up Staples right now. 4 yards rushing. 5 carries to do so.
So the Rams are going to attempt a field goal here on 4th and 8 from the 25-yard line.
It's fairly routine for Truman Carnine.
Yep. We'll try a 42-yard field goal here to try to cut it in half. 10:40 to play in this second quarter. 13-7 now. Adrian Reimer, your long snapper. Griever's on to hold. As we look for this 42-yard field goal from Truman Carnine. There's a snap. Hold. Kick is up. Has the distance. And looks like it's good. 42-yard field goal for Truman Carnine. Gets the Rams back on the board. It's 13-10 as the Rams are trailing by 3.
He's easily got leg from 50+. I mean,
yes.
that was it.
And your Walgreens Distribution Center first score for the first time is a field goal, this time 42 yards by Carnine. Unbelievable. I won't turn that down ever. You know me, I'm a kicker guy.
And they've got a couple guys that will come in next year, and they won't lose much. I think Keaton Koch.
Yes. Yeah. As we're going to watch that kick again on the WMIX Sports YouTube, and just a beautiful kick. 42 yards, and the Rams cut it in half, now 13-10. Oh, baby. Of course, the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois offers patients comprehensive state-of-the-art treatments for conditions of the musculoskeletal system, including the bones, joints, nerves, muscles, ligaments, and tendons. So the Rams will kick off now, down just 3 with 10:17 to play in this second quarter. We're glad to have those of you watching here from our hometown, and maybe some of you watching from back in Tolono.
Home of the original Monocle's Pizza, by the way.
Worth noting.
It's a different building now, but the original, before they franchised, was in Tolono.
On Route 45, I believe. I'm not saying the location was. I'm just an observation of the community itself.
Yes.
Accessible off of Highway 45. Here comes a pooch kick of his own there for Carnine. It's going to be about the 32-yard line. No problem for the returner, as that was Garrison Clare, and he'll get it to shy of the 40 at about the 38. Oh, no, that's not a favorable spot. Back to 37. Either way, 1st and 10 Rockets here in the second quarter.
A little fun fact about 45, there's a lot of water holes between Effingham and Champaign. I've hit them all.
Oh, so there's a lot of them on the way from anywhere to anywhere on 45.
Just road tripping to back and forth to Illinois games.
What a curvature that thing makes. Yeah. It doesn't take you straight.
Crosses the interstate.
Yeah, it doesn't take you straight from Brookport to Harrisburg either. You got to curve around the land. 1st and 10 for the 37. Here is a handoff to Eckstein. Ooh, gets up the middle now on the hash. Ooh, breaks away from a tackle. Midfield, 45-40 to the 35-30, 25-20. Still on his feet. Nobody close. 15-10-5. Touchdown. That's going to be a 63-yard touchdown run for Crew Eckstein. And just like that on the S side, Tylen Carbon Supply touchdown. The Rockets back on the board, up 19-10. 63 yards. Oh, baby, that's a run.
We knew he was a bruising back, averaging 7-8 yards a carry, but showed the speed there.
Boy, he did, because we have fast secondary, fast linebackers, and typically a fast line. And as somebody say on ESPN, they won't catch him today.
And that's his 17th rushing touchdown, puts him over 1,000 yards for the season.
Walker Hall is on for the PAT to try to make this 20-10, and the kick up a little bit better that time. Oh, right into the huddle cam. The other one. Right into the end zone cam, and it maintained its footing, and it's 20-10. I'm team chaos at all times, so something like that to me is enjoyable to watch, as long as there's no damage done.
I just have trouble seeing that in the field.
Buddy, I can't see past the 35 to my right, so I can relate. I just go where I'm told and do what I can. Scoreboard updates tonight, every night, furnished by Tony Welch, your good neighbor State Farm agent. Find him around town or in that famous red State Farm Jeep. Might be infamous by now, but we'll digress. Not sure what it'd be infamous for, but that's just a word I like to say. Infamous.
Interesting score, 6-6. Cesar-Valliere, Johnson City after 1.
Ooh. Well, that's intriguing out of the diamond. Of course, I said last week, you weren't there. I said last week I'd eventually get to this Roxana football proposal, and I don't think it's going to happen.
Well,
what's going on?
I just don't. I was reading through it, and I just don't see it passing.
I have a simple solution. Well, more on that later. Looks like you have some scores on the ready.
Olney 15, Robinson nothing, Benton 14, Harrisburg nothing, Cahokia 14, Sycamore 6, Breeze Central 21, Heron 6, Mount Carmel 8, Lawrenceville nothing.
All right, scores presented by Tony Welch, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. 10:01 left here, second quarter, 20-10. The Rockets doubling up your Rams here on what is their final game of the season.
And Effingham still leads Centralia 7-0. That's in the second quarter now.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Intriguing. There's the kick. More of a boomer that time, and it's going to take a bounce right into the hands of Staples. So the 20-25. He started at the 10, by the way. He's at the 30 now. And finally takes a tumble at about the 32-yard line where the Rams will have it 1st and 10. And by my calculations, how many do you have Staples for? 4 or 5?
Carries?
Yeah. No. 5 carries for how much?
4 yards.
Okay. So still quite a ways away from 1,000 now, but getting close to 2,000 career.
He needs to break one on this drive here. Mount Vernon, they just can't afford to fall too far behind, and it looks like they're going to have to score nearly every drive.
Congratulations, Rams and Lady Rams Cross Country. They are this week's Josh Finley Country Financial Rams of the Week. You can find Josh Finley at 814 Harrison in Mount Vernon or look for him worldwide at countryfinancial.com. Josh Finley Country Financial Rams of the Week. Your South 7 Conference champion Rams and Lady Rams Cross Country teams. Congrats.
Marion all over Mattoon, 21-0. No surprise there.
No. So 9:54 left here in the second quarter, 20-10. Rockets on top. Rams bunched on that left side. The receivers are away. Nope, Masters on the right. It's going to be QB keeper. Direct snap. There is Hughes, Disrow. Far sideline. Looked like he may have stayed in bounds when he was brought down to about the 37-yard line for a gain of 5. Unofficially. So I'll make it 2nd and 5 now. We dropped to the 9:30 mark of this second quarter. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside. 94.1 WMIX, the free Section 618 app, or video stream tonight. WMIX Sports YouTube, presented by Paul Shields, your Mount Vernon Allstate agent. Auto, home, business, life, renters, even your boat or ATV. Paul has or will get you covered. 2nd and 6 now, they'll say on the scoreboard. It's going to be a handoff to Rudolph. Bounces between tackles and then drags about 5 guys for a first down. So that'll be a gain of 6 on the ground for Chris Rudolph.
That's just straight, I call them weight room plays. He just kept the legs moving, drug tacklers for about 3 yards.
So 8:58 left, second quarter. We just under the 9-minute mark. 20-10, Rams trailing by, you guessed it, 10 points. So Mast and Nesbitt will both go to the right side. They'll send 3 receivers right. They'll line up Staples.
I want to see that screen pass again to Nesbitt. Get one-on-one on the edge.
Well, it's an empty backfield for CJ. Castman, Hughes, Disrow Jr. out of the backfield. And now in motion, it'll be Staples. Fake handoff. And out of the right side will go Disrow. Uh-oh, there's a nice 10-yard run, maybe more. So he'll get along that near hash and get inside. Past midfield to about the 48-yard line, maybe the 47. About a 13-yard gain or so. I defer to you on this.
10.
Cool. 8:08 remaining here. We are in second quarter, first half. Ken Hunt Stadium, final game of the season for Mount Vernon Rams football. Our next Rams broadcast will be on Thanksgiving Eve. Rams and Triad nights in basketball, at least according to the schedule I have. Out of the gun, empty backfield for C.J. Hughes Disrow Jr. on 1st and 10 from the Unity 47. Screen pass, this time into the backfield to Staples, and they'll get to him quickly for a loss of 1, maybe 2. Looks like 2. Loss of 2. Well, 7:30 left here in the second quarter, still 20-10. Rams are trailing, and let's tell you about People's National Bank. At People's National Bank, your satisfaction is their priority. With a range of banking options and great customer service, they're here for you. Visit peoplesnationalbank.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. 2nd and 12 now for the Rams. Closer to midfield now at the 49, still in Unity territory. On this 2nd and 12 scenario, trailing by 10 here, as it'll be an empty backfield as CJ looks to the sideline for the play. Blake Deaton, the one out there landing the planes with all the orange he's wearing to signal the plays. And now rolling to the right side, Hughes Disrow out of the gun, and the snap, he'll dump one off, and it'll be incomplete for 3rd and 12. Just nothing developed there for the Rams, and give credit to the Rocket defense.
Very stout defense, again giving up 10 points a game.
Six 6:47. Sorry, I about stabbed myself with a pencil in 3 different body parts there. We're okay. 3rd and 12. Ball on the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, empty backfield for C.J. Hughes Disrow. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Their backs are on the right. The actual receivers are on the left. Out of the gun. 6:47 left in the quarter. 3rd and 12. A lot of pressure out of that defense, and that'll be a sack beyond the 45 at the 43. It'll be a loss of 8 for C.J. Hughes Disrow.
And that's big Alex Vecchio on the sack, 5'11", another senior, 275 pounds.
Beef boy.
Yes.
And that's a term of endearment in one of my group chats. That's if you're a hoss, we just call you a beef boy. Yeah. And that's an honor to be one of those.
A lot of farm boys up there.
Sir.
He can probably chuck a hay bale.
That's a different kind of strength.
Yeah.
That's true strength, not aesthetic strength.
But a 7-yard loss on the play, on the sack.
4th and 19 now for the Rams, who will punt this away more than likely. 6-minute mark of the second quarter, 20-10 Unity. Punt will go toward the left and take a Unity hop out of bounds before taking a Ram hop back in. It'll be where it went out first. And they're going to spot it at about the 22-yard line. Well, Unity and the other 255 playoff teams will find out their postseason futures at about 8 o'clock tomorrow. About every 8 minutes, they'll release a new bracket.
Let's talk about how those are selected. They select the 256 teams first,
yes,
regardless of enrollment.
Yes.
You know, the 9-0s go first, 8-1 on down. and then they group them into classes.
Yep.
I think it's sometimes confusing. Well, why is Benton 3A as opposed to 4A?
Right.
We don't know until we know who the 256 teams are.
I believe they start at the top. First 32-8, second 32-7, and so on and so forth as our first down play here from the 22. Rams defense there had some pressure and was quick to close. That'll be a no gain by, I believe, Eckstein that time.
Effingham's added a safety. They lead 9-0. The Dodgers lead the Blue Jays 1-0 early.
Play action here out of the gun. Slant play, and it's going to be complete. Henry across midfield to the 45, 40, 35. Rams almost had a horse collar there, but luckily readjusted. And finally bring down the receiver at about the 32-yard line in the opposing territory for a gain of 46.
Yep.
Tyler Henry on the grab. Whew. Effortless by Eisenmenger.
Eisenmenger has completions of 32, 28, 37, 46. Chunk plays.
No doubt. Of course, we'll have your Huey Funeral Home halftime show coming up at the break with the Bonnie Cafe of Jefferson County Stats. Your table's waiting at Bonnie Cafe. Breakfast all day, crispy fried chicken daily, fish Fridays, Saturday steaks and crawfish, and home-style Sunday dinners. Open 7 days, 6 to 8 at the Mount Vernon Outland Airport or the OG in Bonnie. First and 10 at the 22-yard line in Mount Vernon territory for the Unity Rockets. They lead 20-10. As
Eisenmenger, as advertised, 5 for 7. 154 yards and a touchdown. Touchdown passing and also touchdown rushing.
Marion continues to add to their lead against Mattoon, 28-0, as another 41-yard touchdown pass from Callahan Roper.
Will he be padding some stats? Perhaps.
So they do pick up that horse collar penalty against the Rams. I thought you actually had to complete it to get it. But not the case. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. Take it down to about the 18 or 17-yard line. It'll be first and 10 now for the Rockets. 5:12 mark of this second quarter. 20-10 Unity on top. Oh, boy. So, Eisenmenger, the quarterback, out of the gun. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, single back. Looking for that flag route. Fade on the far side is going to be tipped away last minute by Josh Crowder on the touchdown save bat. It'll be second and 10. That one was intended for Hogard, and had it not been batted there or tipped, he likely would have had it as he was falling backward, by the way. What an athlete.
Hey, what a tremendous catch he had in the first quarter.
And now to the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Eckstein as he'll go right up the middle along that far hash. Maybe got 3 on the play. Ooh, they're going to take him inside the 15 to about the 14. Yeah, that's 3.
Brings Eckstein over 100 yards. 9 carries, 101.
There, as advertised, as it'll be 3rd down and 7 on the Mount Vernon 14-yard line out right at the far hash. 4:32 left, second quarter. I don't know why I'm saying third all of a sudden. It's 20-10, Unity. Out of the gun here, single back. 3 receivers left, rolling to the left side. And now finally gets rid of it over the middle. And that one is going to be grabbed in the end zone by Zane Nesbitt and just get down. And he will for the touchback, and that's going to be a Zane Nesbitt interception. Big play for the Rams as we're going to watch that again. And just rolling to the left side, he had trips left. Just heaves it, and Zay read it all the way and got the interception, and now able to get down, and the Rams will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20.
That's a huge play for the Rams because Unity scores there. You're down 17 and having to throw the ball. It's probably game over. Game-saving play, perhaps.
We'll find out here as it'll be the Rams taking over on their own 20 on the touchback. 1st and 10 with 4:16 left in this first half. Your Huey Funeral Home halftime show definitely looming. We'll get you caught up on a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. Again, those Bonnie Cafe halftime stats and so much more. We'll recap the fall sports, which are winding down. I believe only one sport left besides football right now, and that's volleyball hosting the regional next week. Out of the gun here, a lot of people in the booth. Some need to be, some don't. And here is the play out of the gun. Quick snap now, looking to the left side. C.J. Hughes-Disrow down that far sideline, intended for Zay. It's going to be underthrown, incomplete. And there's the late flag.
Yeah. The classic underthrown ball where the receiver fails to see the ball, see the man, runs into him.
That'll take it to the 35. If assuming that it is what it is, it'll take it to the 35 and be a first down. That's where they're already standing. Great pickup by that official, and it'll be DPI and a first down for the Rams. Sometimes you just do the math. There you go. It was on the 20. Now we're headed to the 15. Or it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. Ended up as a great play. It got him 15 yards. Could have been more had it been on target. But now single back set out of the gun here. Nesbitt on the right side this time with Mast on the left. And Zay has come along nicely. This is going to be a running play, and tripped up was Jay Sean. He'll get 1. Make it 2nd and 9. So now 6 carries for 5 yards, and we're still about 18 away from 2,000 on the career, and we have 5. We're 159 away from 1,000.
Unity's decided wisely they're not going to let Staples beat them.
Nope. Probably a smart move.
It's easy to say, hard to do.
So now 2 to the right here for the Rams. Nesbitt's in the slot. Split right is Mast. Out of the gun here for C.J. Hughes-Disrow on 2nd and 9 from the 36 with 3:30 left, and it's going to be a reverse to Rudolph, and they're able to gang up, and he'll break free to the 40, to the 45. Nice move to the midfield, now to the 45, 40, stays on his feet, down to the 35, breaks a tackle to the 30. He's inside to the 29. We're going to be 1st and 10 for the Rams on what will be a 35-yard run for Rudolph. There's a late flag on the near sideline, and we'll hope that that's after the play. They did point early against the Rams. Let's see what the official picked up. Oh, unsportsmanlike conduct on the other team for once. And that's not anything against officiating. We just have a tendency to not be able to keep our composure, as I'm not trying to use a first-person pronoun. My apologies.
Yeah, it's really hurt Mount Vernon this year, the post-whistle penalties. So to the 14 it'll go. And just like that, with 3:18 left in the second quarter, this plot thickens. Now, Mount Vernon, no hurry here. I'd just soon Unity not get the ball back.
20-10 Rockets, 3:15 left, second quarter, 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line in Tolono territory. Quarterback keeper and off-tackle run inside the 10, maybe to the 9. It depends on the spot. Could be 5. It is 5.
We'll see if Unity uses timeouts. I suspect they will.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois has a long-standing tradition of superior orthopedic care. We're here in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth, Ken Hunt Stadium, 2nd and 5 for the Rams, ball on the 9-yard line, trailing 20-10 with 2:42 left in this second quarter. We await the snap out of the gun, single back, 2 receivers left. CJ going to keep it himself. Sees a seam, something he likes in that little gap. Down to right at the 5 this time. Shy of a first down, I believe, but we'll see where the spot is going to take us. They're going to mark him at the 5, gain of 4, 3rd and 1. Oh, baby, looking for that S.I. Tile and Carpet Supply touchdown here with this second quarter getting a little longer in the tooth here with about 2:10 to play. So left slot for Nesbitt, split left is Mast, out of the gun with Staples as his back, a wing back this time for Chris Rudolph. 3rd and 1 from the 5. Threatening here, and this time it's going to be Staples. He'll run right. He's near the goal line, but not quite. It's a first down. He'll get to the 2. Gain of 3, unofficially. 7 carries, 8 yards. Slowly but surely. This will be 1st and goal from about the 3-yard line for Jay Sean.
Again, I don't think Mount Vernon will get in any hurry.
For the 2, pardon me.
Surprised Unity's not taking timeouts.
You and me both. We haven't had an SSM Health timeout yet. 98 seconds left, second quarter. First and goal from the 2, and it's going to be, you guessed it, Jay Sean with a dive over the top, and the Rams get in. 2-yard touchdown for Jay Sean Staples. Little dive over the top number, and the Rams cut it to 20-16 with the PAT pending. You know what I like about this, Henry? Make the PAT, makes it a field goal game.
Mount Vernon can kick field goals. Unity will get the ball to start the second half, and Staples got plenty high there.
S-side Talent Carpet Supply touchdown for Jay Sean Staples. Adds 2 more to his tally for the night with 1:31 left in the second. And how big is that Zay Nesbitt interception now?
Totally flipped the game. It's a 14-point swing.
I only look so I don't assume, but of course it's good from Truman Carnine. And it's 20-17. What was that? 2 yards? 2-yard run for Jay Sean Staples. Let's just watch him dive again. Just over the top. Makes it look easy. You'll see the play develop here. If you're watching on the WMIX Sports YouTube, if you're listening to the radio, you will not. Finally got the snap and just boom. You knew what he was doing. He found that clearing and was able to take off. And the landing not as good as the takeoff, but he was able to get in, and Carnine did the rest, and it's a field goal game. All the action presented by People's National Bank. And if you're looking for a bank that truly cares, People's National Bank offers exceptional customer service and innovative solutions. Discover more at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. As it looks like Coach is pleading with the officials here. This is the top of the hour, WMIX-FM, Mount Vernon, all of Southern Illinois. A free service from Withers Broadcasting as we have 1:31 left. We're in the second quarter, 20-17 score. Rockets on top of the Rams. The Rams just got in thanks to a 2-yard touchdown run by Jay Sean Staples after an interception set the drive up at the 20 by Zay Nesbitt. Intercepted a pass in the end zone.
A little bit of a delay here for some reason.
Well, I thought Coach was pleading his case. Of course, Coach Reitz was talking with all the officials there at about the 15-yard line, and Rams are ready to kick off, and now the Rockets on the field. And Carnine will kick off. I will say this. For guys that have never met each other before, probably, this fishing crew is doing okay.
Yeah.
They're in a tough spot, too.
Yeah, we've complained about how long some of the games have been. I turned on the Centralia game a couple weeks ago. It was a 3-hour game. There's been a lot of them.
Quick return here coming from the 10, out of the 20, 25, 30 to the 32.
What I'm saying, these guys are letting them play for the most part, and it seems to be working out just fine.
Adam Reedy on the return to the 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with 1:24 remaining in this first half. 20-17, 3-point game, Rams trailing. They'll have to defend here. Of course, part of Centralia's long games is their offense.
Yeah.
If you're not clicking on all cylinders, I mean, that's why the first half took forever, as Guai struggled. Great defensive pressure by the Rams in the first half. Guai found his rhythm and his cadence in the second half, and it was a much quicker half.
Clock doesn't move when the ball's hitting the ground.
Yep. That's why it takes 4 or 5 hours in Carbondale. Yeah. And they have a good quarterback, too. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line. Eisenmenger on the run and just evades a tackle, but it's going to make a great throw to Henry at the 40, but he'll step back 39. Forward progress should be about the 39-yard line where he made the catch, but they're going to spot it at the 37 for a gain of 5 out of all that. The Ram pressure took him back quite a bit. I was like, oh, that's going to be a first down. No, not quite.
Well, how he completed that pass, I'll never know. He got hit by 2 guys.
Looks like it was almost as he threw again. Nesbitt's going to get in that one. They played the ball. That's going to end up as good defense, as that was intended on a slant play toward the opposite flag across the field for Hogard at about the 30-yard line. Instead, it's going to drop incomplete. Stop the clock with 52 and a half.
I'll tell you what, that's a touchdown saving. There was no safety help. You're out on an island. It's man on man there.
What a great play that was. All the action tonight presented by People's National Bank. We're glad to have you. 94.1 WMIX, free Section 618 app, and the WMIX Sports YouTube tonight. 2nd and 5 now for the Rockets, looking to blast off before the end of the half. It's 3rd and 5 from their own 37-yard line on the near hash. Single back out of the gun, 3 right, 1 left. Eisenmenger is able to escape the pressure, then runs into his lineman, and is brought down by Chris Rudolph, and I think maybe Van Allen.
Yeah.
That's who brings him down. That's going to be a loss. But beyond the original line of scrimmage, will be 4th and long to about the 30, maybe the 29. It'd be a loss of about 7 or 8. He ran into his own lineman.
We'll see if Mings uses a timeout. At least make a punt.
There's a flag. A hold on the Rams. I didn't see a flag on the ground anywhere.
He must have called in defensive backfield. Wow.
43.4 seconds left, and that's going to really have an impact. The hold was definitely in the defensive backfield for it to be this close, this far past the line to gain. Okay, it'll move it all the way to the 49 and a first down for the Rockets here with 43.4 seconds left. Between the hashes on the spot, I don't know. I didn't see it, but they say twins each side. Out of the gun. In motion will be Henry. He'll go to the right side slot on the run. Added play action. That's going to be a diving effort, but he'll leave it behind him. Hogard on the catching try, but couldn't come up with it on the dive, and it'll be incomplete. Stop the clock with 38.7 seconds left. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball is on the Unity 49-yard line between the hashes. 38.7 seconds left, and man, Rams thinking they're going to have a 4th and long for the Rockets, and a defensive holding gives a first down. 3 receivers right, 1 left. The left receiver is Maddox Sutherland.
Mount Vernon, no safety help, one-on-one.
Out of the gun here. Oh, Eisenmenger is going to roll out of the pocket, go forward, and get inside the 50 down to the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 4. They'll call a timeout here with a half minute to play. We'll take 1-2. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Looking for a bank that fits your lifestyle? Discover People's National Bank, where convenience meets value. With mobile banking services, you can manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Enjoy free checking with no hidden fees, competitive mortgage loans to help you find your dream home, and specialized ag and commercial products to give you an advantage in managing your business. Experience banking made easy and affordable. Visit People's National Bank today and see the difference. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX.
29.6 seconds left here in the first half, and the SSM Health timeout with over 100 local providers. SSM Health is leading the way in advanced health care. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside Ken Hunt Stadium in the Ortho Center broadcast booth. Rams trailing Unity 20-17 on 94.1 WMIX, free Section 618 app, and the WMIX Sports YouTube channel. It's 3rd and 5 coming out of the timeout for the Rockets. The clock stopped at 29.6 seconds to play in this first half. And out of the gun for Eisenmenger and the Rockets rolling to the right side, looking downfield, looking to dump one off. It's going to be complete to Hogard up that right side. Stops and cuts back at about the 27. Got him a couple extra yards to the 20. 4 extra yards to the 23. That'll end up, what, is a gain of 31?
Yes.
I believe that was Hogard. 6 up the right side with 22.2 seconds remaining here in the half. The clock will pause for the chain movement here on first down. It'll go to the 23, they say. Out of the gun, single back. Eckstein in the backfield. They'll triangle bunch on the left side, out of the right, one to the right, out of the gun. Rams defensive pressure, and it's going to be thrown away. Looking for that, I guess, threw it to the flag on the right side. To the pylon. It'll be an incomplete pass. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Looks like a lot of cover zero from Mount Vernon. They're bringing their safeties, just leaving the corners one-on-one with the receivers, and it's a risk reward, but definitely the game's trying to get pressure on Eisenmenger.
Defense has been pretty good tonight in parts. Zay Nesbitt making a case for your Mount Vernon Culver's player of the game. Your Mount Vernon Culver's veterans of 42nd Street in Mount Vernon. Try a big, juicy Butterburger after the game tonight. Maybe get a delicious frozen custard. Or try a value basket with all of their sides, including fries and cheese curds and broccoli and more. Intentional grounding will be the ruling against the quarterback. Loss of down plus the penalty. Interesting. With 16.3 seconds left, that'll bring it back. Plus be second down. So it'll be 2nd and 15 here. Back on the 28. We're still in Mount Vernon territory. Unity will send 2 left, 2 right. Eckstein in the backfield to the left side of the quarterback, Eisenmenger. Now looking to the right side. That is going to be complete. Hogard's able to stay in bounds, cuts back toward the near side, and gets into the end zone for the touchdown with 8.9 seconds left. I don't know how he stayed in bounds on that far sideline, but it's going to be a 23-yard touchdown pass complete to Hogard, as advertised. And we await the kick with 8.9 seconds left. So 26-17 now, with a PAT pending to stretch us back to 7.
Defensive holding was a killer on that drive.
Boy, it was. There's the kick. It's up and appears to be good. 27-17. Well.
Earlier in the drive, had Eisenmenger sacked. Big loss. It's going to be 4th down, and then a flag. We obviously didn't see him throw it, but defensive holding in the backfield.
Our halftime show will be presented by Huey Funeral Home. When you've experienced the loss of someone you love, you can trust Huey Funeral Home to guide you through the process of honoring their life. HueyFH.com or call 618-242-3348. So 8.9 seconds remain in the first half. 27-17 the Unity lead after Eisenmenger hooks up with Hogard for 23 yards. And again, I don't know how he stayed in bounds that far sideline. That's not accusatory. That's just how good he is as an athlete.
Yeah, that's his 11th touchdown catch on the year. About 750 yards receiving. Well, they got some weapons on offense, no doubt.
Boy, they do. 8.9 seconds remain in the first half as we await the kickoff here. It'll be Unity football to start the second half. At least the Rams will be kicking off. Awaiting the kickoff here with 8.9 seconds left in this second quarter. 27-17 is the Rocket lead. Walker Hall to kick off. A worm burner, going to take a bad bounce, but it'll get to Crowder, who will reverse to Nesbitt. Trying to get to that far sideline. He'll be brought down with 3.2 seconds left. Clock will roll to 2. It stops. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams.
Yeah, probably going to take a knee here.
I would think.
I don't know. They may have some trick play lined up here. This will be nothing to lose.
1st and 10 from the 33 for the Rams as they're on the far hash here, moving left to right. 2 seconds remain in this first half of play. 27-17, Rockets on top. They'll have Mast on the left. Nesbitt's headed out there. Left as well, out of the gun. Single back here with 2 seconds left on the 33. Prevent from Unity. 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line, and it's going to be to Staples. As time expires, he'll keep running, trying to get to the far sideline, and he will get to the 46-yard line for a gain of 13 unofficially for Jay Sean, and that'll at least be a stat stuffer to get him closer to his targeted yardage. It's halftime here in the King City, and at halftime, the Tolono Unity Rockets 27, your Mount Vernon Rams 17. We'll take a break, come back with that Huey Funeral Home halftime show. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
You need insurance to help protect things that mean a lot to you. You need coverage that's affordable because we all have a budget. At Country Financial, we get it. For close to 100 years, we've offered insurance and financial services to help protect what's most important to you and to help prepare for your future. Best of all, I'm here to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. In other words, we've got your back. I'm Josh Finley, your local Country Financial representative. Call me at 618-242-4024.
Culver's couldn't have started anywhere but in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Over the years, we've stayed pretty humble about most things, but being from Wisconsin is not one of them. Still today, we are a family restaurant, proud of our small-town roots and nicer than nice people. Here, nearby farms grow the food we eat, smiles are contagious, and everyone is someone's neighbor. Our food tastes homemade because our menu is homegrown.
Culver's at Veterans and 42nd in Mount Vernon.
Welcome to Delicious.
Hey everyone, it's Marty with Huey and Newell Funeral Homes. Life is deceptive in the course of living it. We get so wrapped up in our daily activities that we lose sight of what we're actually here for. A life well lived is one that doesn't rely on accomplishments or acquiring stuff, but instead focuses on relationships. Practicing kindness, empathy, and compassion are the things that last and will impact other people's lives for generations to come. We are Huey and Newell Funeral Homes, serving our community with the greatest of care now and many years to come.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Huey and Newell halftime show starts now.
94.1 WMIX, the free Section618.com mobile app tonight. Of course, WMIX Sports YouTube has tonight's video stream as well. Here at halftime at Kent Hunt Stadium, the Mount Vernon Rams trailing the Unity Rockets to the tune of 27-17. I'm Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside, Shauna Pugh back at the Mount Vernon studio. Devin Finley taking care of the camera tonight here in the King City. In addition to at-need arrangements, Huey Funeral Home in Mount Vernon offers families the opportunity to make funeral plans in advance, which offers comfort and peace of mind when that time comes. 618-242-3348 or online, hueyfh.com. 10-point game here at the half hammer, and for the Rams, looked like it might be a field goal game heading to half, and then it took all of a minute 30 for the Rockets to get back down the field and make it a 27-17 game.
Yeah, we thought coming into tonight Mount Vernon would be able to use their speed and probably have some success on offense, which they certainly have. We were worried about Eisenminger and this Unity offense. They come in averaging 42 points a game, and really, other than the turnover, Unity turned it over. That's the only thing they stopped. They stopped themselves. No punts. They would just move the ball up and down the field.
No doubt about that. We owe you the Bonnie Cafe of Jefferson County halftime stats. We're going to sneak out for a quick timeout. We'll come back, get you caught up on stats. We'll have a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard still to come, and a fall sports recap for the week that was. 27-17, Unity on top at the half. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
In Mount Vernon, quality and durability in work boots aren't making a return because they've always been essential. For those who know, it's not just about protection, it's about comfort and endurance. Maybe that's what makes Parkway Shoe Repair at 1024 Jordan Street such a trusted name, with a vast selection of brands like Red Wing, Thoroughgood, Carolina, a true haven for hardworking feet that just happen to require a bit of extra care. Parkway Shoe Repair, from your first pair to your next pair, and every cherished repair in between.
This October, only at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th for just $1. Hi, this is sales manager Presley Marlowe. Replace your tires before winter and save big. And here are 5 reasons to buy from Munkin Toyota. The right tires for your Toyota model, a tire price match guarantee, expert installation by factory chain technicians, all the top brands, plus road hazard coverage on eligible tires. Only at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
Streaming worldwide on the Section 618 app. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports, presented by People's National Bank.
94.1 WMIX and the free Section618.com mobile app here at halftime on a Huey Funeral Home halftime show. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside. It's 27-17, Tolono Unity on top of your Mount Vernon Rams here at the half. We owe you the Bonnie Cafe of Jefferson County halftime stats. And, of course, every Wednesday, Bonnie Cafe inside the Mount Vernon Outland Airport, $7.99 all-day buffet starting at 10:30 with their famous fried chicken and more. Check out Bonnie Cafe on Facebook for their full menu. What do we got in terms of numbers?
All right, first for the Mount Vernon Rams is a trail at the half, 27-17. They had 23 rushes for 128 yards, passing 4 of 7, 69 yards, and a touchdown, 197 yards of offense. Individual rushing, it was Unity did a great job. They were obviously keying on Jay-Sean Staples. He carried it 9 times for 23 yards. Rudolph, 4 carries, 66 yards. And Hughes Disrow Jr. had 10 carries, 29 yards. Staples also a rushing touchdown. Receiving, it was Mast with a 15-yard catch. Xavion Nesbitt, 2 catches, 56 yards and a touchdown. And Staples also caught a pass. For Tolono Unity, 12 rushes for 120 yards, most of them coming on a 67-yard touchdown carry by Eckstein. Quarterback Dane Eisingminger, 8 of 15 passing, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, and also threw a pick. That's 333 yards of offense in the first half for Unity. They're on pace for about 550 or more. Rushing, it was only 2 guys carried it. Eckstein, 9 carries, 101 yards and a touchdown. Eisingminger, the quarterback, 3 carries, 19 yards and a touchdown. And as we said, quarterback 8 of 15, 213, 2 TDs, 1 INT. Receiving, 3 guys with catches, their main 3. It was Hogard, 4 catches, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. Henry had 4 catches, 99 yards, and O'Neal with 1 catch. It was for 19 yards.
Scoring and stats tonight presented by Bonnie Cafe of Jefferson County. Here on your Huey Funeral Home halftime show, we'll take another break. Get you caught up on scores from around the area. Actually, first, before that, we'll do the fall sports recap upon our return here to Ken Hunt Stadium. We're in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. It's Unity 27, Rams 17 at halftime. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know, to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Contact your local Allstate agent, Paul Shields, today to see how you can save.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Your table's waiting at Bonnie Cafe. In Mount Vernon, delight in the daily lunch and dinner buffet filled with favorites at a price that won't break the bank. Enjoy Fish Fridays, Saturday crawfish and ribeye steaks, and Sundays feel just like home with turkey and ham dinners. Breakfast all day and crispy fried chicken served every day. The historic Bonnie Cafe, inside the Mount Vernon Airport, or the OG in Bonnie. Open 7 days a week from 6 to 8. Family owned, locally loved, and always worth the trip.
If you are looking for a new career, Walgreens Distribution Center in Mount Vernon is hiring. Walgreens offers an excellent benefits package, competitive pay, on-site health clinic, 401k, performance bonuses, shift differentials, full-time employment, and maintenance technician openings. Plus, they have walk-in Wednesdays every Wednesday from 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. No appointment necessary. Walgreens is an equal opportunity employer and welcomes individuals with diverse talents and backgrounds. Walgreens promotes and supports a drug-free workplace.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX, presented by People's National Bank.
Back on your Huey and Newell Funeral Home halftime show. Huey Funeral Home in Mount Vernon, offering peace, comfort, and healing for families in need now and many years to come. HueyFH.com or 618-242-3348. Here at the half, the Rams trail the Unity Rockets 27-17. Our final fall sports recap. Of course, the freshman-sophomore season is over. The Rams got a 47-0 win over Centralia on Monday. Congratulations. Soccer season came to an end on Tuesday at the Waterloo Regional. They fell to the number 2 Bulldogs 9-0. Rams soccer ends their season 6-15. They got a conference win over Marion this year. Volleyball continues with the postseason next week. The Lady Rams got 11th place at the Freeburg Monster Mash tournament on Saturday. They lost their 3 pool games. Or 2 pool games. Now it's 3, whatever. 2, and then a bracket, and then 11th place. They beat Riverview Gardens 8-5. They went on the road and lost to Althoff 19-18 on Monday. Next up for the Lady Rams on AM 940, 96.5 FM. You can watch it here. The Lady Rams will battle Cahokia in the regional on Monday at 6. Their reward for that is number 1 Mater Dei on Tuesday at 6. With the win, we'll follow the Lady Rams on AM 940, 96.5, and video here until the season concludes. Congratulations, Rams and Lady Rams cross country. Your Josh Finley Country Financial Rams and the Lady Rams of the week. Won the South 7 Conference last week. They run in the Carterville Regional tomorrow. That's at Carterville, girls at 10, boys at 11, and then the medals and trophies we expect to receive at noon. Of course, boys golf season ended with Xander Ashby going to state. Girls golf season ended in the regional, and then girls tennis ended last week in sectional play, and that's a look at your fall sports recap. So Lady Rams and Rams football, only ones going now, and the Rams season will end tonight. They trail 27-17 to Unity here at the half. When we come back, we'll have a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard update on your Huey Funeral Home halftime show. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Looking for a dependable pre-owned Toyota? Munkin Toyota Mount Vernon has over 25 used Toyotas on the lot right now. Hi, this is sales manager Presley Marlowe. We've got a super rare Sienna and a sharp Venza, 9 Camrys, America's #1 selling car, plus 3 Highlanders and 5 RAV4s ready to roll. And that's just the start of our pre-owned selection. Don't miss your chance to save on quality used Toyotas, backed by service and care you can trust and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Come see us at Munkin Toyota in Mount Vernon.
Just because your job site is rugged doesn't mean your feet have to match. This is Mario from Parkway Shoe Repair in Mount Vernon. You can feel the support of premium brands like Red Wing, Thoroughgood, and Carolina. You tackle your task with the durability of Danner, Double H, and Irish Setter. You conquer challenges with the resilience of Matterhorn. You leave the site knowing your feet are protected. Parkway Shoe Repair at 1024 Jordan Street in Mount Vernon. Comfort you can feel from your toes to your heels, because your feet deserve the best.
Chris with Bean Insurance Agency. We've been serving the listening area for over 20 years. Our office has a combined experience of over 75 years of insurance knowledge. We have multiple companies to choose from, so you get a great rate, and we strive to provide the best customer service around. This combination has won Bean Insurance Agency multiple awards over the last 20 years. Call today and find out for yourself at 618-242-6017 or stop by 1310 Broadway in Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Watch the Rams in stunning high definition on the free Section 618 app, powered by Paul Shields Allstate Insurance.
Yeah, you
now,
can.
Back to Rams football.
Stunning high definition indeed here from Kent Hunt Stadium on the WMIX Sports YouTube. We're glad to have you on 94.1 WMIX and the free Section618.com mobile app as well. Here at halftime, Kent Hunt Stadium, it is the Tolono Unity Rockets 27, the Mount Vernon Rams 17. Our scoreboard update here at the half is presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent, in the midst of this Huey and Newell Funeral Home halftime show. Hammer, what do we got for scores?
Let's see. Cahokia leads 14-12 at half over Sycamore.
Ooh.
Effingham 9-7 over Centralia. Marion 42-7 over Mattoon. Benton, the last score I saw was 21-0 over Harrisburg. Another halftime score, Chester 10, Nashville 0. DeCoin at the half leads Murfreesboro 33-0. CZRE, that's Christopher Ziegler Royalton, Alvarado 28-7 at the half over Edwards County. El Dorado 28-14 over Carmi. The Flora Wolves lead Red Hill 13-6 at the half. Another halftime score, Johnson City 12-6 over Cesar-Valera Waltonville. Fairfield 38, Hamilton County 6. Breeze Central leads Heron 41-6. Salem, the last score I saw, 22-7 over Charleston. Highland, potential 4A opponent for someone, 14-0 lead over Alton at the half. Belleville East leading Jefferson City, Capital City, 14-3. Olney, 22, Robinson 0. Second quarter score last I saw, West Frankfort 14, Sparta 13. Carterville all over AJ, 49-0. Westland looking to become playoff eligible. They lead Madison 36-16.
Roxanne at the half leads Alton Marquette 27-0 as those teams trying to get into the playoffs at 5-3 with little to no playoff points. Seneca all over Carlisle to go into trying to get undefeated. They're 42-0 up in the third quarter. Mascoutah was leading Carbondale late in the second quarter near halftime, 28-21. Otherwise, Hammer, you got the bulk of the scores. I don't know if I heard DeSmet leading Edwardsville at the half, 24-9. I may have missed that one when you said it, but
I did
there's
not.
a lot happening tonight in the world of football. And one I didn't put on the sheet. I must have lost it whenever I kept trying to figure out the order I wanted to put these in. Collinsville leads Triad at the half, 9-7. That's one I was actually probably cared the most about. And then Massac County beat Pinckneyville last night, 48-7. So Tony Wiltz, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him online, TonyWilt.com. Look for the red State Farm Jeep around town. See how you can get to a better state with State Farm. Teamwork to get those scores.
And second halves have been a big problem for Mount Vernon this year.
Yes.
And, just me and you talking, we feel like they just don't have a lot of depth. Week one, I know they had about 37 players on the varsity, and I thought a couple interviews with Dan Mings this week, he's very candid that that's a problem.
Yeah.
And, Unity, they've got 65, 70 on the varsity roster, 100 in the program. And somehow Mount Vernon's got to get those numbers up. I mean, their enrollment's 1,250. And that's all there is to it. They need more numbers.
If you've been listening or watching this entire time, you heard in the pregame interview, we went there. I didn't want to put Dan in a bad spot, but I was looking for him to give his opinion on the numbers. And as an alumni, I don't remember what the gender role for alumni, but singular.
Alumnus.
Thank you. I'm one of those here, and it is frustrating to see that this is the largest high school enrollment-wise outside of the Metro East in Southern Illinois. And the only school that's going to teeter on the edge of 5A and 6A year in and year out, and 36 kids. And it's not a coaching problem. It's not. There are a lot of issues at play here, and it's not a coaching problem. And outside looking in, because if it's a problem in this sport, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a problem in every sport at this high school if that's the case, in my opinion. But I don't believe that for any of them. So for any of the ones that we cover anyway, I can't vouch for the ones we don't see on a daily basis. But what I'm getting at here is I'm amazed at the lack of numbers. And I know some perceive football to be a dangerous sport. They have taken so many safeguards against it now. And, I was scared of getting hurt as a kid, too. I get it. But there's going to have to be more numbers in order for this program to ever be successful. And I'm going to tell you, I said this off the air to somebody, and I'm going to say it on the air now. Schools that want to have good athletic programs, it matters not if your football team's not good.
Yeah.
If your football team's struggling with numbers, your entire athletic program as a whole is usually not going to be successful for the greater good. It all starts, it begins and ends with football on the boys' side, and you'll notice that schools that usually have pretty good volleyball programs, usually pretty good on the girls' side too. Yep. Doesn't have to be that way. You can make up for it with all the other sports, but usually that gateway sport, there's a reason it's the one that drives all the conference moves, is football.
And the teams you're going to play at the 4A, 5A level, they're rolling out of buses with 90 to 100. That's how many they got in their program, and right now Mount Vernon's 45, 55, somewhere in there. That's freshmen included, and it's just tough. It's tough when you got a bunch of guys going both ways. One or two injuries just really put you behind the eight ball.
Yep. And, I'm not just actively campaigning for the numbers in football to get better. This is a Huey Funeral Home halftime show. I want all the sports here to be good. I want all the arts here to be good. I want all the music programs to be dominant. They 10 state championships in music, lest we forget. Yeah. I prefer to see everything successful because, to me, that's what keeps kids out of trouble. That's what keeps them from becoming negative adults. That's what keeps them on the right track to a successful and prosperous life. And soapbox aside, I know it's tough to see maybe how all the dots connect, but they really do. Yeah. So there we go. All right, we're still here. Lightning didn't strike, nothing like that. I'm okay for right now. So third quarter will start here in the King City Kid Hunt Stadium. And again, and I hope that nobody's offended by that. But, it's just – I hear people, how are they not going to make the playoffs this year? How are they not going to do that? And I'm like, numbers, bro.
Yeah, I just feel like there's 3 games. Waterloo, Mount Vernon was right there at the half. Collinsville, right there at the half. And then, of course, the game last week, way ahead at the half. And you just feel like those are the games in the third and fourth quarter that you just kind of wear down.
I have seen this coaching staff in the first run make chicken salad. Yeah, and I've seen them do it again in the second run here. And, it's possible. It just requires work, effort, getting in the weight room, and most importantly, numbers. Yeah. Here we go. Kickoff. Truman Carnine set to do the battle, and it'll get down to about the 8-yard line. Return coming for Unity. Ooh, getting to the far hash, still on the feet at about the 30-31 is where the Rockets will start. Here in the second half, we're underway. Looking for that Walgreens Distribution Center first score of the third quarter. All the action tonight presented by People's National Bank. You're never far away from a People's National Bank branch or ATM. Find the locations at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And we are underway with second half action for the final time this 2025 football season. We'll have Lady Rams volleyball for you Monday night against the Hoke. Ashley, Tatum, Devin will all be there Monday night. From Shagnot. Here comes the first play from scrimmage of the half. 1st and 10 from the 31. Maybe a gain of 1 on the ground by Eckstein. And the hero of the 2002 World Series gets a yard. Also had a huge grand slam in 05 against the Atlanta Braves in walk-off fashion.
I didn't see you going there. Wow.
Saturday or Sunday. With a name like that, it's bound to happen, and what a bruising back that he is. Out of the three-step drop, looking downfield to Hogard at about the 40, and that's going to be caught. Plus a horse collar in midair. We'll see if they caught that, as that is a heck of a grab by Hogard. He'll get down to the 31-yard line in Mount Vernon territory, and that is going to be, 36?
What a catch.
I'm getting there.
And Hogard's a perfect example. He's one of their best basketball players, and he's hitting about upper 80s to 90 on the pitcher's mound.
With 11-12 left in the third, here is a quick run that leads to a quick loss. Good job by Barnes and Simmons on the tackle of Eckstein. Maybe a loss of 2 on that to bring up 2nd and 12. Josh Finley, Cutter Financial, can help you get started planning for the future. Call 618-242-4024 or visit Josh Finley at CutterFinancial.com. He's at 814 Harrison in person. Our Josh Finley Cutter Financial Rams of the Week is boys and girls cross country, your South 7 champs. 2nd and 12 here, ball in the 33 for Unity in Ram territory and giving chase off of the edge. Staples won't get there. In time is the pass. Far corner into the end zone will march Henry. 33-yard touchdown grab for Tyler Henry, and man, it's so effortless.
That's a beautiful throw.
Eisenmenger just does it all right.
He's probably been under-recruited. I'd say look for him in that transfer portal here in a couple years.
Speaking of Division II, I know some people kind of, thumb their nose at it, but he might be trying to become the next John Kitna.
Yeah.
It can be done. The Bears' backup was a D2 guy, too. He really probably shouldn't be the backup, for being honest. Let's see. Here's the PAT. 33-17. Make it 34-17.
Well, one of your Heisman Trophy favorites was JUCO quarterback. And who's the guy that found him? Jerry Kill.
Yeah.
Taking him all the way to Vanderbilt. Diego Pavia. The kid from Ole Miss, their quarterback came from the JUCO level.
Yep. Doesn't matter where you starting. Doesn't matter. It's finishing.
Yeah. And
I am thoroughly impressed. But I knew I would be. Yeah. We've seen a lot of good quarterbacks this year.
And especially now with the transfer portal, a lot of these, Power 4 teams, they're all like 23, 24 years old.
Yeah.
So you're an 18-year-old kid, 19.
A bunch of Chris Winkies everywhere.
Yeah, that's your best route to go, where you can play a little bit, get stronger.
It took me 8 years to get my bachelor's. I can relate.
Like Van Wilder.
It's like a smorgasbord of colleges.
Yeah.
10:32 left here in the third quarter. It's 34-17. Unity doubling up the Rams as they look to get their first possession of the half after the SI Talent Carpet Supply touchdown yields the Walgreens Distribution Center first score. Walgreens offers a safe, friendly, clean, temperature-controlled environment. They even offer employee discounts at Walgreens stores as part of an already amazing benefits package. Walgreens, an equal opportunity employer.
As the Orphans have finally taken the lead, 14-9 over Effingham.
I'll tell you what's frightening for them is that's a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. As I saw a lot of early pairings feature them again on the road against Cahokia.
Yikes.
Not what anybody wants. Bouncer on the kick, and it is going to be to the 33 as Crowder's trying to come to the near side, stretch that field, and make some running room to the 40, to the 44. He got to the 44. That's a good spot, Mr. Official. 1st and 10 for the Rams, 10:24 left in this third quarter, 34-17. The Rams are trailing, but they have the football now, looking to make something happen. You're watching, make something happen, and you're watching live. Thanks to Paul Shields. sponsor of our video stream. Visit Paul, 2100 Broadway in Mount Vernon, and get a free quote today. So 10:24 remaining in this third quarter. Rams down 17 out of the gun. C.J. Hughes, Disrow and company, with Nesbitt in the right slot and Mast on the right side. Out of the gun. Line is down. 1st and 10 for the 43, and it's going to be a reverse. Right side going Rudolph, and he'll try to cut back up middle. Does. Now looking for some far side running room to the 35, 30 to the 25, 20, 15. He'll be brought down out of bounds on a touchdown saving tackle as momentum pushes him down to the 11-yard line. That'll be a gain of 39.
46.
There we go. I missed 7 somewhere in there.
They started the 43, their own 43.
Oh. Well, there we go. Somewhere the Board of Education in 2001 is considering rescinding that 2001 diploma.
Rudolph over 100 yards. I got him at 112.
Well, 1st and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down without a touchdown here. 9:55 to play in the third. Rams with the football, trailing by 17. It'll be a quarterback keeper for CJ, and he will get... He's inside the 10 at least, down to the 8, gain of 3.
Speaking of that matchup you just mentioned, Sycamore leads Cahokia 20-14.
Oh.
That would change things.
Certainly does. How many yards did you tell me that Staples had at the half?
I had him for 23.
That would put him right at 2,000 for the career, and all this, of course, is unofficial.
And he's a junior, correct?
Yes.
So
his year is not wrong on the roster. 2nd and 7 from the 8-yard line for the Rams. Trips right. Empty backfield here with Rhodes as a wing back for the Rams on the left, and it's going to be an in-around coming. And cutting right back up is Mr. 2000, Jay Sean Staples. As they'll get inside the 5 for a gain of 3, and then even if we're off by a couple of yards, there's no doubt there. Congratulations, Jay Sean Staples. 2,000 rushing yards for his career. Not many have done that in school history.
No, and you got to start playing as a freshman and sophomore to get there. He may be looking at 3,000.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if he can get to the school record of 2,500-plus career rushing yards tonight, the Rams are going to win this game.
Yes.
Because he needs about 500 more at 26 yards for the night. 8:33 left here, 3rd and 3 from the 4. Again, they can get a first down without getting into the end zone. And now, off play action, optional go up the middle, and that might be a first down, if not a touchdown. Let's see what the ruling's going to be. He is just outside the end zone here, did not break the plane. And depending upon where that down marker is, that could be a first down without getting in the end zone if I'm reading the scoreboard correctly. Yep, dial-a-down, change it. Nope. They put 4 on the dial-a-down. So it'll be 4th down and short here for the Rams. Not a first down after all. And so now it's going to be a total train wreck. And thankfully, Dan Mings will call a timeout. Presented by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, advanced care close to home in the King City. 8:14 remaining in the third quarter. It's 4th and short for the Rams, and they're not going to measure.
It's just hard to tell from here where exactly the first down marker's at. It looks right at the 1, maybe inside the 1. Obviously, you'd like to at least measured.
Yeah. Interesting. So it'll be 4th and short here. Ball is on the 1-yard line. So much for me saying the Rams don't have to get in the end zone here. That they can get a first down without it, because that appears to not be the case, even though scientifically it was definitely possible. 2 backs out of the gun here for C.J. Hughes-Disrow. His wide receivers are on the right. Rudolph left, Staples right, and they are going to try to brotherly shove into the end zone. We'll have a flag. I'm guessing motion penalty on the Rams.
Correct.
Legal shift, actually. So they'll push it back 5. It'll be 4th and whatever. With 8:10 to play here in the third quarter. We're in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. They offer the most progressive therapies for orthopedics and sports medicine. Spine surgery, shoulder surgery, knee surgery, outpatient arthroscopic surgery, and joint replacement surgery. Good to know, because I have a feeling this knee is going to tear at some point. Well, 4th and 6 from the 6.5 now. 34-17 Rockets. Rams going to try to make something happen. The receivers will evenly distribute on each side. Nesbitt left, Mast right. Staples the back here. Rudolph converts to a wing back out of the gun T offense for C.J. Hughes-Disrow. 4th and 6. Snap rolling to the left side. He's going to have to make a break for it. Can't. And it'll be a sack tackle for loss here. And we'll have flags coming out of the defensive backfield. Let's see what this is going to be with 8:04 to play. It'll be after the play, so it's not going to give Mount Vernon the ball. I wouldn't think. Came out of the defensive backfield, so the back judge saw something.
Is that about 13-yard loss?
Yeah. Yeah, from the 6 to about the 19. So with 8:04 left here in this third quarter, let's see what the white hat tells us. Oh, it'll be unsportsmanlike. Oh. Well then.
I don't know how. Wow.
Good times. Speaking of good times, your table's waiting at Bonnie Cafe. Breakfast all day, crispy fried chicken daily, fish Fridays, Saturday steaks and crawfish, and homestyle Sunday dinners. It's where the good times roll. Open 7 days a week, 6 to 8. Mount Vernon Outland Airport or the OG in Bonnie. So 8:04 left after the turnover on downs, plus a 15-yard penalty after the sack. Oh, boy.
Eisenmenger, 282 yards through the air.
Oh, baby. 1st and 10 for the 34. Let's see him roll again. Looking to the left. Over the middle, that's going to be Hogard, and he will tip it to himself. One hand, and he will get beyond the 30 down to the 28. Oh, wow.
Now, he's not signed anywhere, but I'd got to think a small college could find a place for him.
This must be a hold because they're coming back.
Still a heck of a catch.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but it's going to wipe off like 35 yards or something. Well, then. So that'll be a big penalty here with 7:56 to play in this third quarter. And if you're watching along with us, what a fun quarterback to watch is Dane Eisenmenger.
That was a beautiful ball.
And I worked hard on the pronunciation because when it's a hard G, I tend to hang on to him too long. And watched a WCIA TV3 video from Chambana 5 times to get it down. I was like, you can't mess this up, Hugo. So, there's that. 1st and 10 from the 24. Actually, I'm reading the scoreboard. It'll be about 1st and 22. Out of the gun here, single back, 2 left, 1 right, and it's going to be Eckstein getting the carry. And the Bruiser gets to the 32-yard line on a run up the middle. They're going to go ahead and give him 33, so 9. Gain of 9 for Eisenmenger.
And certainly you got Coach Tony Mings taking over for a legend, which is always a tough spot. But when you got this senior class, it certainly makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. Hogard to the right side. Eisenmenger, the quarterback, out of the gun. With Eckstein in the backfield, trying to sweep it to the left side, stretch this field to the 35. Ooh, outside the hashes to the 38, 39. Let's see the spot. Going to get some of that yardage back. Might have gotten 6. Should be about 3rd and 5.5 now. We appreciate Mount Vernon Wind Supply, one of our great sponsors, with Grizzly coolers for your next tailgate and Grizzly deer blinds for that next hunt. Stop by and get your hunting season started right. Route 37 South in Mount Vernon. Rams going to have a late sub, try to get off the field. Should be a too many men penalty here. That's what it's going to be, and there's the carry. It'll be shy of a 1st down, so it'll be a gain of about 5 off tackle left. But a too many men on the field penalty should be haunting the Rams here, and that'll be 3rd down and maybe 1 by the time it's all over. Also appreciate new Rams sponsor Parkway Shoe Repair. Glad to have them aboard. Long time service in Jefferson County and Mount Vernon. Appreciate Mario, Debbie, and friends for supporting the Mount Vernon Rams here on WMIX. Should be a too many men penalty, and really, with his acceptance, should make it 3rd and short. It's not a spot penalty. I didn't know that. I always thought that was a spot, or not a spot penalty. I always thought that was from, because it was, okay, it's going to give a first down. It's added to the end of the run. I don't understand that at all. So it'll be 1st and 10. Out of the gun here. Eisenmenger looking over the middle. Hogard downfield inside the 30. In stride at the 20. 15, 10, 5. Staples a touchdown-saving tackle at about the 4-yard line. It'll be at 40. They're going to take it down to the 3. It'll be a what?
About 44.
Yeah. Oh, my. Hogard having a night. Knew he might.
6 catches, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, and counting.
All the action tonight presented by People's National Bank. Make the switch to PNB for reliable customer-focused banking. Explore their services and find out how they support you at peoplesnationalbank.com. Running to the right side out of the gun. Going to dump it out of the back of the end zone here. That play fell apart. Right side of the end zone there for Eisenmenger, and it'll be incomplete. It'll be
2nd down.
Yeah, 2nd and goal from the 3.
Centralia's finally woke up. They lead Effingham 21-9.
Oh.
Dodgers, Blue Jays tied it 2 apiece in the 5th inning.
Interesting. What a series win that was for the Jays.
George Springer, he's had some big hits in the postseason.
Boy, he has. Didn't need the trash can this time.
No.
Out of the gun here. Eckstein in the back here for Eisenmenger. 2 to the right side, 2 to the left. In motion, Henry. He'll go to the right side. Looking to the right side, Eisenmenger, and this will be over the middle to Hogard for a 3-yard touchdown catch. What else is new?
This dude's got an arm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's a 4th touchdown pass for Dane Eisenmenger.
All 4 to Hogard, aren't they?
3 to Hogard, 1 to Henry.
Which one was to Henry?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I messed up my thingy. That's all right. Kick is up and good. It's 6:12 left in the 3rd. And it is 41-17 Unity over your Mount Vernon Rams in this final game of the season. And what an effort tonight for Unity.
They are as advertised.
Yes, sir. Good times.
You got a 33-yard touchdown pass on there?
I do for Hogard. Was that Henry?
I had it for Henry.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. Sycamore stretches out their lead over Cahokia, 27-14.
Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent in Mount Vernon. Find him online, TonyWilt.com.
Chester 22, Nashville 6.
That's interesting.
And certainly Callahan Roper padding some stats. He had 355 yards and 5 TDs in the first half.
Of course, Nashville should have the points.
Yeah, they.
Thanks to Benton and DuQuoin and Chester.
Yeah.
Among others. Frankfurt having a decent year helps them, being in the same conference now.
Another 4A potential South teams. Rochester leads Sacred Heart Griffin 21-14.
That's a game to follow, and that's going to be a situation to follow without a doubt.
If those teams are in the 4A South, I mean, that is that's a grinder.
Here comes the kickoff after the Rockets make it 41-7. Off the one hop, it's going to be picked up by Crowder. Now running backwards between the hashes. Running backward again. The 31 is where forward progress will reestablish itself, as he was about the 34. So not too much harm, and the Rams will have it 1st and 10 with 6:05 left in the 3rd. Looking for another Southern Illinois Talent Carpet Supply touchdown after Hogard gets into the end zone from 3 yards out to tack on another one for the Tolono Unity Rockets out of the Illini Prairie Conference. Their only loss this year, Bloomington Central Catholic in conference play. 6:05 remaining. We're in the 3rd quarter at Ken Hunt Stadium in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth, 41-17. Rams trailing. Casaraya's menu has a wide variety of flavorful options, each dish made with love and passion, and they are easy to find. 3106 Broadway in Mount Vernon. From the 32, out of the gun. Looking downfield is CJ for Mast. He's got it at the 45 to the 40. He'll have to regain his footing at the 35, steps out of bounds with some assistance at the 34, and that is going to be
34 yards.
Yeah, I was doing that math. What a big grab there. Great pass. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams at the 5:58 mark. As Mast will be on that right side again with Nesbitt on the left. Staples in the backfield with 2,000 rushing yards for his career, unofficially. As we await the snap out of the gun here. And it's going to be Staples on the run again, and uh-oh. So, that'll take it back to the 41 for a loss of 7. Which takes him back under 2,000 yards.
Oh, man.
Well, he had 2,000 for a second. And then the next carry, he goes back under. We'll see it happen again.
A lot of game left.
Plenty of game. All right. 41-17 score. 2nd and 17 now for the Rams. The ball is on the Unity 41-yard line on the near hash. 2 to the right. Nobody left. Reimer will line up tight left with Rudolph as the wingback. Out of the gun here for CJ, looking downfield. That'll be
hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder to Staples as he will get to the 30, to the 25, 20. Stays on his feet to the 10, 5, touchdown. A little trickery works to perfection for the SI Talent Carpet Supply TD, and the Rams hit from 41 yards out. Well, 41-yard hook and ladder.
Now, how do you score that exactly? The first pass went to Mast.
Yep.
For, let's call it 10 or 12 yards.
Let's watch that again on the WMIX Sports YouTube. As we await the kick, it's currently 41-23. After the kick by Carnine, it's good. They'll take a timeout on the field. We'll take one, too. It is 41-24, 4:53 left in this third quarter. We'll take a break. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Your table's waiting at Bonnie Cafe in Mount Vernon. Delight in the daily lunch and dinner buffet filled with favorites at a price that won't break the bank. Enjoy Fish Fridays, Saturday crawfish and ribeye steaks, and Sundays feel just like home with turkey and ham dinners. Breakfast all day and crispy fried chicken served every day. The historic Bonnie Cafe inside the Mount Vernon Airport or the OG in Bonnie. Open 7 days a week from 6 to 8. Family owned, locally loved, and always worth the trip.
Back to Mount Vernon Rams football, powered by People's National Bank.
94.1 WMIX and the Section 618 app as we are back. After a 41-yard hook and ladder touchdown gets the Rams back on the board, 41-24 as this is another SI Talent Carpet Supply touchdown. The receiver gets the yardage to the point that it's caught, and then the second receiver gets the yardage the rest of the way. So I think it's 13 for Mast and then 28 for Staples. Is that what you have?
Yep.
And 41 yards goes to CJ on one pass.
Sounds good.
That's how I understand it. So if we're wrong, we'll correct ourselves later, but none of that helps Jay Sean get back above 2,000 rushing yards. But it does help the Rams get on the board, most important.
And the Rams defense, they're going to try something different. They've been selling out cover zero, trying to get to the quarterback. It's not working, and they're getting beat over the top time and time again.
41-24 ball game, 4:53 left here in the third quarter. Rams back within 17, and Carnine on to kick after nailing that extra point. It'll be onside kick, and the Rams look like they may have tipped it, but did they recover? The Rams are pointing as if they did at about the 49-yard line. Let's watch it. Here comes the onside kick attempt. It's tipped, and they recover, but what I don't see is who recovered it. Looked like maybe Mast or Truman, either one. Truman comes out with the ball, so maybe he's the one that got it Pat McAfee style.
Wow.
You'd love to see it.
Mings is pulling out all the stops tonight.
Well, he is, and he has to. He knows it.
Yeah.
He knows it. He wants to get this W. 41-24 ball game, 4:52 left, third quarter. Rams trailing, but they just performed a successful onside kick. Michael Croce and Edward Jones cares about your investments, including your time and patience. That's why Michael is a proud sponsor of the Mount Vernon Rams. Invest in your future with Michael Croce and Edward Jones. Out of the gun here, C.J. Hughes, Disrow. Nesbitt on the right side, Mast on the left, Staples in the backfield. 4:52 to go in the third. Looking downfield. Here's the near side. Oh, does he come up with it in bounds? No, he bobbles it after going out of bounds. He got the foot down. Heck of an effort by Mast, but that'll be incomplete. There's a lot of guys in high school that wouldn't have had a shot at that.
Yeah, Mast is very sure-handed.
4:46 remaining here in the third. Still 41-24 Rams. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Unity 49-yard line after the onside kick. So Nesbitt will have to go to the right side. Mast says, no, man, I'm already here. With Nolan on the left. Out of the gun here for C.J. Hughes. Disrow is back as Staples. Out of the gun. And it'll be a reverse to Rudolph. Nice running room. He gets to the 40, to the 35. Still on his feet. 30, 25. Foot race. 20. He outruns the defender and into the end zone he'll go. 49 yards for the SI Tyler Carpet Supply touchdown. And just like that, the Rams hit pay dirt. It's 41-30. 49 yards for Rudolph.
And the Mount Vernon speed, as we said, if they get to that Unity linebacker safeties, will have the advantage. Rudolph with a huge game. He's got 161 yards on the ground and only 6 carries. 35-yard rushing, 46, and a 49. Chunk plays.
As we await the PAT, 41-30. Rams trying to cut it to 10.
It's gotten a little bit interesting here in the last 3 minutes or so.
It has. The PAT appears to be good. We're going to keep it here. It's 41-31. As the Rams get back on the board, let's watch that run again, and he just breaks tackles. And right there at about the 30, and then to 20, evades a last-ditch effort and gets into the end zone, and that's a heck of a run for Rudolph. As Rudolph leads the way tonight to make it 41-31.
Had the hook and ladder, followed by the onside kick, touchdown run. Now what will Mings pull out of his, how many tricks he got in that bag?
I'm sure there's plenty in that sack.
Yeah.
We'll see what he can find. He's going to have to dig deep.
Yeah. And Callahan Roper still throwing touchdowns in the late third quarter. He's got 6 or 7. 49-7 Marion.
.437 left here, third quarter, 41-31. Rams back within 10. That scoreboard update you heard a moment ago, presented by your State Farm agent, Tony Wilt. Look for him in Mount Vernon on the corner of 42nd and Southwater Tower. Worldwide, TonyWilt.com, or look for the red State Farm Jeep around town as the Rams are on to kick off. And now the Hands team is up front for the Rockets. 14 straight points for the Rams after a 41-yard hook and ladder, followed by an onside kick and a 49-yard reverse touchdown run for Chris Rudolph. Carnine on to kick. And back deep it goes. That's Hogard at about the 12, outside the hash to the 15, 20, 25. Do I have a 30? I have a 30 to the 35, and he's tripped up at about the 37. He'll roll to the 39. It'll be 1st and 10 Rockets from their own 39-yard line as Simmons gets the trip up.
And Mount Vernon might have to put another guy on him. May have to roll a safety.
Appreciate again the support of Parkway Shoe Repair, one of our new Rams sponsors this year. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. OCSI offers on-site MRIs to all patients, including outside referrals. 4:32 left, third quarter, 41-31, Rockets on top. The Rams defense going to have to step up. They got within a field goal in the second quarter. A late touchdown allowed the Rockets to pull away. Then they scored on I believe, their first possession of the third quarter. We're still in the third quarter. Twins each side here out of the gun for Dane looking downfield. And that one is going to be overthrown. It slips through the fingers of Hogard on the right side. And Dane Eisenminger is human.
And a little adjustment on defense, bracket coverage.
Oops. There we go. Get the right stat sheet in front of me. I had to pull out a second touchdown, a scoring log sheet.
And you might get to a third.
Good. 2nd and 10 here after the incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 4:27 in the third. 2nd and 10, Rockets. This time, Eckstein, nope, quarterback keeper. Fake handoff. To the right side goes I keep wanting to say Eisenmeyer now. Eisenminger. As he'll get up the near sideline, dancing close to a first down. It was about a 10-yard gain.
Should be a first down.
They got to measure this time? Nope, third and inches.
Well, that looks pretty close to me.
Oh, I'd be waving it down, but that's here nor there. 3rd and short from the 48. Handoff. Eckstein gets it this time as he'll bulldoze his way to 5, maybe 6. He'll be on the opposing 47, so it'll be 5. First down for the Rockets. Again, our video stream tonight presented by Paul Shields, your Mount Vernon All-State representative. Go see Paul for a free quote, 2100 Broadway in Mount Vernon. First and 10, Rockets on the Mount Vernon 47. Ball is inside the near hash from their vantage point. Some confusion in the...
Well, the clock's running.
Yeah. It's 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line.
Well, that's a great deal for Unity. They're leading.
Yeah. And so now it would appear somebody's called a timeout.
Mass confusion.
I don't know what's happening here. There's a pause in the action here, but I never saw a timeout called or granted.
Head coach Tony Reitz is out there.
Now,
at the end of the day, we're just going to call a timeout.
Timeout presented by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital in Mount Vernon. Appreciate their support of Rams sports as well. Stamped with the gold seal of approval for quality. Choose SSM Health for your care. There we go. So 41-31, 3:15 remains third quarter. The Unity Rockets lead your Mount Vernon Rams. WMIX-FM, Mount Vernon, and all of Southern Illinois. A free service from Withers Broadcasting as we hit the top of the 9 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone. Waiting for this next play, which feels like forever from now.
And what we do know is going to be 1st and 10. Be at the Mount Vernon 47. Mount Vernon's desperate for a stop. They haven't stopped Unity all night other than the interception.
Yep. Without a doubt. So 3:15 remains in the third quarter here, and this is the night the season's over. We're going to be over. I got to go make some videos public. $3:15 left. Between the hashes on the spot at the 47-yard line in Mount Vernon territory. It's 1st and 10 for the Unity Rockets. Out of the gun. 3 receivers left, and we're going to have a flag out of the backfield. I'm assuming maybe a motion penalty here on the Rockets. It will be a false start on the Rockets. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. If you're one of those people that asks, hey, how come I can't go back and watch the Rams games after you guys are done? It's because, well, we make them private for the benefit of the coaches, and then once the season's over, they all become public again. Which, guess what? We're doing that right now. So there you go. Out of the gun, 1st and 15. Quarterback keeper here to the down marker at least. Should prevent a loss or a sack for Dane Eisenmenger.
It's a big opportunity here. Mount Vernon's got behind the chains.
I think it'll be 2nd and 15. I think that's a no gain. So it looks like the Benton Rangers have completed an undefeated regular season, judging by all the WQRL Facebook notifications rolling in on my phone right now.
My question is, the river to river, is it down this year? Is that fair?
Well, Mississippi, in parts, not all.
Yeah.
2nd and 15. Wait, Ohio, yes. 2nd and 15 out of the gun. Eisenmenger looking downfield. Hogard escapes the defense. He's to the 25-20. He's going to be hit. And a little hip check there by, I believe, JP will prevent the touchdown. It'll be a first down and then some. Down to the 22.
I'm going to give him 26.
Oh, down to the 17. I'm sorry.
31.
Oh, math. I think I finished with like a 3.7 on a 4 scale, so I'm not the most intelligent, but that was enough to drop me down to like 70th in my class because about 50 had 4.0. Wasn't a valedictorian like you, my man.
Yeah, but I didn't have 50 to deal with. I had 30 in the whole class.
1st and 10 from the 17. 1:55 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 41-31. Tolono looking at it, the lead. Slant play here, and that could have just been a heck of a grab by Henry. A sliding catch. Did he hang on, or are they going to give him the grab?
I believe so.
Be about an 8-yard completion on the sliding slant. Little sliding slant play. Yeah. From the same people that brought you Pinkston's Palace and the Titan from Tower Hill.
Yeah. He's missing an action.
He's not here tonight. I was trying to think of a creative term for Dan from El Dorado, but couldn't come up with another E word. As this will be a Eckstein on the carry. Off tackle run. He's going to be pushed back a little bit. Oh, he's still on his feet. He broke away from the defender. Now it's going to be a loss. Would you look at that? Back beyond the original line of scrimmage, maybe all the way back to the 20. It could be a loss of 10.
Marked at the 19.
Okay. Could be a loss of 9. Oh, boy. People's National Bank, the official voice of the Rams here on WMIX, a bank that truly cares. They offer exceptional customer service and innovative solutions. Discover more at peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 3rd and 12 from the 19 here for the Rockets. Out of the gun. Trips right. A triangle bunch on that right side. The Rams will flush him out of the pocket. Eisenmenger's on the run. He's to the 10. Makes a football move at the 5. Toward the far corner of the end zone.
Wow.
He's in. What a man amongst boys on that play. And it's a 19-yard touchdown run for Dane Eisenmenger to make it 47-31. With 25.1 seconds left.
Eisenmenger, 4 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. He is certainly as advertised.
Have fun in 3A, fella.
Yeah.
Again,
Mount Vernon is just they're selling out to just get to the quarterback, and when they're not getting home, I mean, it's just bad news on the back end.
Well, I hope he has a fun time in the playoffs because I'm going to watch as many games as I can find.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious, what an athlete. Kick up, kick good, 48-31. And if I'm coming across as anything less than sincere, I apologize. I mean it when I say I am officially a fan. I'm not going to necessarily go buy a Mules and Jenny's T-shirt, but I appreciate what this kid can do. This man
can play.
He's
been starting since a sophomore, and we've been heard about him. I've been reading. He was a preseason player of the year in the Champaign News-Gazette, which is a couple counties around Champaign, but pretty big area.
Yeah.
And he has certainly lived up to the hype.
Absolutely. And if you're watching from the Chambana metropolitan area, we certainly appreciate his athleticism, and I'm telling you, don't sleep on Trey Hogard.
And I look forward to going up there next year.
Surely got to be getting some looks. Oh, yeah, friendly people, too. Yeah. Everybody we've encountered.
And look at their crowd over there. They filled up their whole side of the bleachers, making the 2-hour trip south.
They're just happy they didn't have to go up 100 bleachers.
Yeah.
On this side. $48-31. Good to have Coach Lannon watching.
I believe he's a Cerro Gordo graduate, ain't he?
Yes, sir. He knows what we're talking about. Yeah. We talk about Monticello. And
he was a Bronco.
Things, a kicker. 25.1 seconds remain. 48-31. Third quarter action from Ken Hunt Stadium. We're in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. Tonight's video stream presented by Paul Shields, Allstate. There's the kick, and it's going to be a back pedal there by Crowder to the 20, to the 25, looking to get to the outside. Nope, cuts back on the numbers to the hash, to the 30. Finds running room between the hashes to the 35, brought down 36, maybe 37, by number 30, Tyson Durham, a 5'11 sophomore. Heard it here first. 17.1 seconds left. Third quarter, 48-31. Coming up in our postgame show, which is still a quarter and 17 seconds away, brought to you by Biltmore Buildings. We'll get you a good look at a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard and a Bonnie Cafe of Jefferson County. I guess we can just call it a stat update. That makes it grammatically correct. So, ball in the 36, Mount Vernon territory near hash. Staples in the backfield looking to get 2,000 yards for a second time in his career tonight after falling back beneath. He needs 4 more yards to get it back. And it's going to be a sweep for Rudolph, and this time they smell it coming. That's going to be a loss of 1. With 5 seconds left in the third, a loss of 1 will make it 2nd and 11 when we return. After 3, Unity 48, Mount Vernon 31. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Looking for convenient banking with a local touch? Welcome to People's National Bank. With their easy-to-use services and friendly bankers, they're here to make your banking entire experience smooth and personalized. From checking accounts to mortgages and agriculture loans and more, they're always here for you. Experience the difference with People's National Bank, where convenience meets community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a lost bee that found my way into your car. And now that I'm in here, good luck getting me out.
I think it's gone. Wait, no, it's in my hair.
And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, well, this could be quite a sticky situation. So get Allstate.
Contact your local Allstate agent, Paul Shields, today to see how you can save.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Follow us on social media at WMIX Sports. This is Mount Vernon Rams football.
To the fourth and final quarter we go of this 2025 football season for the Mount Vernon Rams, trailing 48-31 to the Unity Rockets. They have the football here, 2nd and 11 from their own 35 to start the fourth. Looking for that Walgreens Distribution Center first score. The action tonight powered by People's National Bank. Out of the gun for C.J. Hughes to Roe Staples, his back. And it's going to be play action. Look for the slant. It's going to be complete. Going back toward the far sideline is Mass from the 40. He'll get to the 41. That'll be a gain of 6 to bring up 3rd and 5. Good catch by Nolan.
4 catches, 67 yards for Nolan Mast.
Having a pretty good night as that'll make it 3rd and about 5 with 11:30 to play here in the season. 48-31 Rocket lead. Destined to make some noise in 3A, assuming that's where they'll fall. They should be comfortably within it one way or the other. Benton Rangers, on the other hand, will they be at a big 3 or a small 4? They're undefeated. 3rd and 5 here, far hash from the 41. 11:16 to play. Stacking the box is Unity. Screen pass in the backfield. That was headed forward, but it was intended for Staples. It'll fall incomplete.
And these river-to-river teams, they're very familiar with Unity and the St. Joe Ogdens.
Oh, yes.
I mean, DeCoyne's been up there. Benton, they went up there last year, I believe, lost to Monticello by 1 point. It's just generally a 2nd or 3rd round matchup. You get one of these southern teams going up there or vice versa.
Those sneaky Sages. Yeah. 11-12 left. 4th and 5 for the 41. The Rams will go for it here between the hashes. Out of the gun, a receiver on each side for C.J. Hughes-Disrow. Staples in the backfield, 7 yards away, 4 yards. It'll be a reverse. It won't matter. It's going to be Rudolph on the run. And to the 40 he'll go. Loss of 1 on the reverse. And so, kind of a gut-wrenching night for Jay Sean. You get 2,000 career rushing yards and then have a 7-yard loss. Takes it away. So, interesting. We'll see if the Rams can get the ball back and maybe get him those stats
and
back.
The clock's moving. Mount Vernon's going to have to go for it.
Change of possession.
Oh, that's fourth down.
Clock should stop.
Yeah.
There we go.
I lost count of downs.
I almost did. I mean, I've seen a 5th down here. It was against Cahokia.
Well, we need to add a little time to the clock.
Same guy gave us a ground rule home run in baseball, too. From the 40 we go. Rolling to the right side. Ossenmenger with the quarterback rolling to the right, I'm trying to say. Yeah. Escapes the defense, and now heaves one downfield, and it will be out of bounds. So he throws it away, incomplete. Smart move there for Eisenmenger. And I believe that's his 30th attempt, 24th attempt?
Yep.
I'm on a new line.
I am as
on
well.
The old stat sheet.
Got him for about 387 yards passing.
A lot more than most.
Yeah.
He's over 2,000, unofficially, 2,000 passing yards for the year. What a career. Headed to Central Missouri when this season concludes. Well, I mean, figuratively. I don't know if would go spring or wait till fall, but what a career he could have in front of him. Second and 10 from the 40. Looking downfield this time to the right. It'll be over the middle for Hogard. Nesbitt gets into the picture and tips it away, incomplete. I'll tell you right now, the improvement of Zay Nesbitt over the course of this season with those hands just has been something to watch.
And he's another guy playing both ways. Mount Vernon's got a lot of them that never come off the field. And I think you called it. Early in the year, he just wanted to make his move before he caught the ball.
Yes. Yeah, it was never a question of why can't this kid catch?
Yeah.
It was a question of why can't he focus and then turn up field and use that speed. Yeah. A lot of talent there. 3rd and 10 from the 40 here. Eisenmenger and the Rockets looking to march. Hogard on the left side. Eckstein going to sweep it to the right. Going to try to stretch his field, and he'll be pulled down right about the line of scrimmage by Jay Sean Staples. They'll give him a gain of 1 on the dive, and it'll be 4th and 9. So on 4th and 9, we'll see what the Rockets do here with 10:09 to play. 48-31. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside. Here in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth, they offer a full spectrum of physical therapy to both non-surgical and post-operative patients at both the Mount Vernon and Centralia locations. 9:47 to play. We are in the 4th quarter. 48-31 Rockets. Their quarterback is their punter, but they're set up out of the gun to potentially go for it here. Up 17. And they are going for it. Out of the gun, 3-step drop. Whitfield misses the tackle. Tough play there, and it'll be complete at the 29. And out of bounds steps number 1, Maddox Sutherland, for his first catch of the night. And it's going to be a first down. About 20 yards. So another first down. And they are trying to secure this victory. Understandably so. So to the 20-yard line it'll go. At the red zone now, the Rockets up 17 with 9:16 to play, presented by People's National Bank.
They will be in no hurry. They'll run that clock.
1st and 10 for the 20. New ball carrier here, pushed back by the line, and it's going to end up as a loss of 5, maybe 6. Ryan Wolf, I believe.
That's going to be a helmet-to-helmet. Or going to be some sort of penalty on Mount Vernon.
Oh, that's Hermano. My apologies. See what this flag is going to be. As of now, it's a loss of about 6 or 7. Depending upon where the hold is, if that's what it is. So they'll sub Eckstein back in, regardless of the end result. So that'll wave that run off.
Wow.
And, of course, okay, I did not write it in pen, thankfully. So that 15-yard penalty will bring it back a lot further. It'll be second down and 25. Oh, well, it'll be second and 20. They went back 10. Huh. I don't know. 8:55 remaining here in this fourth quarter. 48-31 score. This is where I just need to bring our rules official onto the broadcast.
Yeah, we need Mike Pereira, I guess.
I don't want to create any additional official shortages, though.
It's going to be 1st and 20, maybe.
Be a good gig for a retired official, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just sit back behind us for a little bit, and when we need you, we bring you on. So they're talking about it here. We'll see what the official verdict is going to be, but it was a penalty, and it came back to the 30 for 1st and 20. Clock will be wound now with 8:52 to play. We're in the fourth quarter here at Ken Hunt Stadium in the Orthopedic Center broadcast booth. We welcome those of you on the WMIX Sports YouTube, courtesy of your Allstate insurance agent, Paul Shields. Of course, all of our Rams action on WMIX is powered by People's National Bank. 8:36 left. We're in the fourth now. 8:30 left in the season. 48-31 Rockets. 1st and 20 from the 30 between the hashes, out of the gun for Eisenmenger. Back to his left. He's looking left towards one of his two targets, and that's going to be complete. Complete to number 11, Henry. I see a flag on the far side of the field, however, as Henry got almost to the original line of scrimmage, so that's going to be a gain of about 8 if it sticks. Let's see what this flag is going to give us. Postgame show will be presented by, you guessed it, the friendly folks at Biltmore Buildings, your local MVP for shops, homes, and ag builds. Call 618-732-8704 and let's build something amazing together. 2nd and 20 is what it was.
It's a rather deliberate pace right now.
There's an 8-yard catch. They have 1st down labeled over there on the other side. They're pushing the Rams backwards, so this is against the Rams, whatever it is. So it'll be an 8-yard catch to Henry at least. We can confirm that. Okay, no, it won't then. They added it to the end of the catch. Beats me. Just when you think you know the differences between all levels of sports and the rules, I learned that I don't. So 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line for the Rockets.
There's a lot going on right now. I'm trying to figure all this out. Mount Vernon coaching staff's upset, and I think I know why.
Yeah. I don't remember what kind of shoes Dan's wearing. Doesn't matter. Looks like giving some encouraging words to Eisenmenger.
Yeah.
Out of the gun here, 1st and 2 from the 12 and to the right side, looking into the back of the end zone, and that's going to be Hogard again. Over the middle. And Hogard gets his 4th touchdown of the day. This time 12 yards. This time he underachieved, I guess.
Yeah, that's
I'm just joking. He's had an impressive night. 4th touchdown.
I've got him around 240 yards receiving. I've got
Yes.
Eisenminger right at 400 yards, passing 5 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, so he's counted for 7.
What a night. As we'll see the PAT here. There's the kick. Up and good. Makes it 55-31. So now they will kick off to the Rams with 8:08 to play. At People's National Bank, your satisfaction is their priority. With a range of banking options and great customer service, they're here for you. Visit peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. $55-31 score, 8:08 to play in the season. Of course, if you're wondering, all of the past broadcasts are now public on the WMIX Sports YouTube. So if there's a moment you wish to relive, you can now do that in perpetuity. 8:08 to play. Fourth quarter action, 55-31 Rockets. Of course, I don't think I ever made last week's private, but it was audio only, so I didn't see the point.
Yeah.
I mean, you're relying on me here to describe it for you, so anything's possible there. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside for the final time this football season. We're back at it in November as the Rams will head to Triad to the Stovetop Classic. Pooch here will be to about the 27. Who's this? Hopkins, I think. He's between the hashes, running room to the 42, 43, 44. I don't have a 45.
It was Carmaine Hopkins. It's like Johnson City will move to 9-0 as they handle Cesarvalier fairly easily. 36-6 last score I saw. Mount Vernon will have to go fast.
Fast and furious. Fast and frenetic. Let's bring out all the adjectives and find as many superlatives buried within them as we can. First and 10 for the 43. Empty backfield out of the gun. C.J. Hughes-Disrow, the quarterback. The backs are on the left. The receivers are on the right. They're all receivers at this point. Out of the gun. Running room there, so he'll get to the 45-yard line. Breaks to the outside 50 to the 48. Looks like it's going to be about 9. Yep, 9 for CJ. Let's get the right sheet here somewhere. Good Lord. Goodness gracious. There we go.
Staples checks back in. As Tolono Unity's really bottled him up tonight, held him to 19 yards rushing.
Oh, man. Stat here in a second. 2nd and 1 here for the Rams. We drop below the 8-minute mark. 55-31 Rockets. Ball on the Tolono 48. Out of the gun here, CJ. Single back set, and it'll be quarterback keeper. And might be no gain. So Callahan Roper finishes his Marion career with 5,998 passing yards. 3 behind Matt Brown for the all-time lead. Of course, Matt Brown went on to ISU. 3rd and 1 now for the Rams. Ball on the Tolono 48-yard line. The Unity Rockets on top, 55-31. The action tonight presented by People's National Bank. Out of the gun. Empty backfield. They load everybody left. Wing back on the right is Rudolph. C.J. Hughes-Disrow, the quarterback, out of the gun. Empty backfield with Staples in motion, and it'll be a fake. Right up the middle will go C.J. for a first down. He dives beyond the 40 to about the 38-yard line for a gain of 10. Only needed 1, but he'll get plenty. First down, Rams.
Rams have to work fast here. Line up. Clock's ticking. Under 7 minutes.
So they'll put 3 on the right side. Mast, Nesbitt, and Staples. They're tight left with a wingback Rudolph. Out of the gun here for CJ with 6:38 left in the season. 55-31 Rockets looking for the screen pass. It'll be complete to Staples, and he will get to the 39. Gain of 1.
And there's that guy we've called a lot, Keegan Germano.
What a night. What a career. Yeah. Of course, his will continue. Clock will continue to roll here with 6:08 remaining in this fourth quarter. 2nd and 8. Ball on the 36-yard line near hash. 2 right, back in the backfield to Staples. And it'll be E.J. Sean on the carry. Nowhere to really go, and may have just lost another. May have just lost both. Lost it 2. Well, in a game that our friends back in Champaign area will care about, Bloomington Central Catholic finishes their regular season undefeated. They knock off Prairie Central 41-zip.
No surprise there.
No, not at all. 2 left, Twins. 2 to the right, 5:19 left, 3rd and 10 for the Rams after the 2-yard rushing loss. Empty backfield out of the gun for CJ. 2-step drop turns into 3. Looking downfield, and that one will be incomplete. Nesbitt must have heard the footsteps as that falls incomplete.
Looks
4th and 10.
Mount Vernon is going to attempt a field goal.
.509 to play. Interesting. I don't know if you're in the mood to watch Beverly Hills Cop or not, with Axel F. being played by the marching band, but
it's going to be a 55-yarder. I don't know what the school record is, but
56. Of course.
Yeah.
So from 55 yards, one shy of the school record, if memory serves correct. It's going to be blocked. Well, now that conversation doesn't matter.
Now we got punches being thrown, and that was a big punch. I can tell you who threw it. It was a Mount Vernon player.
And if that's an ejection, I'm just assuming here, that would be, guess what? You miss first game next year.
Yeah.
So let's hope that's not the case with 5:04 remaining in the ball game. So Centralia, I believe, hangs on to beat Effingham. Is that right?
Let's take a look.
Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. Find them online, TonyWilt.com.
21-16 final. That's courtesy of our buddy Gooter. And Sycamore leads Cahokia 30-28 with 2 minutes left.
Gooter, one of the good guys in the business, regardless of what the business is, I might add. Always been the most gracious. Mascuda leading Carbondale in the fourth, 41-28. What'd you say the Cahokia score was?
30-28, 2 minutes left.
Sycamore?
Sycamore.
Interesting. So as we wait for them to sort some things out here.
Chester moves to 8-1 as they defeat Nashville 29-19.
What was that Benton final?
42-7.
That's right. Trying to figure out if we have an ejection. It would appear so.
And the Mount Vernon player has been ejected.
Barnes has been ejected, and unless the rule has changed, he would be subject to miss the first game next year. 5:04 to play. They're going to sort this out. This ball's going to come way back.
And here's a score you've been waiting on. DuPo.
It is.
8-1 DuPo. They will beat East Alton Wood River 63-18.
I'll tell you right now, I don't have a lot of ego, but my ego comes from getting scores and school closings first and having the biggest update. So first and 10 from the 35, and it's going to be Eckstein on the run and gets to the 45-yard line. Gain of about 9.5. Let's give them a full 10 as they end up with the football out of all this. 4:42 left. We're going to work on a heck of a scoreboard for you.
Yeah, and this is the Unity team. This is probably since about week 3 the first time their starters have really played into the fourth quarter.
Yep.
So it's really, I would say their coaching staff it's probably been a good game for them. And to get to see some speed that they don't get to see very often.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because they may get to the semifinals, and I haven't looked at the bracket or anything, but they may run into a private school, out of Chicagoland. Or even like the Altoffs of the world.
So another 2-yard run right up the middle there.
That was number 13, which I don't have at 13, oddly enough.
Happens.
I'm just going to call him 13.
Yep. I used to make up names, and I realized that's really not good practice. So let's see what happens the rest of the way here. Out of the gun, 2nd and 9, 3:50 to play. 55-31 Unity. Number 13 gets the carry again, looking to bounce to the outside, has 1, maybe 2 on the play, and the Rams will bring him down. It'll be 3rd down as Nesbitt gets the tackle. Sycamore looks like they won. 30-28.
It's a mild upset, I would think.
Yeah.
And that's going to shake up that probably 4A bracket.
Yes, it will. So we'll have 3rd and 7 here for the Rockets. 55-31 your score. The Rockets will finish the regular season 8-1. They're only blemish to Tolono, or they are Tolono Unity, to Bloomington Central Catholic. As this looks like a no gain, again by number 13.
Toronto Blue Jays 11, LA Dodgers 2 after 6. They're busted it open.
Well then. That
9 runs in the bottom of the 6th will do it. Chase Blake Snell.
4th and 7 here. They'll punt. And it'll take a hop beyond the 15 down to about the 12 where the Rams will take over. Goodness. So, 2:09 to play is that. We'll give the Rams 1st and 10 from their own 12, and we'll see what they do with it here.
Looks like some maybe different guys coming into the game. Yeah. Pulled a few seniors out, I think.
Yep. Nesbitt will go to the left side. out of the gun for the Rams. And it's going to be a handoff to Jay Sean, and he will get to the 15. So it could be a gain, as Shoup will get a play, which is good to see. He hurt himself before the season, so good to see Charlie Shoup split out to the right side. I think Staples got
They got it marked
6.
6.
Which puts him at 23 unofficially.
Very unofficial.
So he may be at 2,000 career yards again for the second time.
Yeah.
With a minute 28 left and 2nd and 4 here from the 18-yard line, trailing 55-31. Back to pass, looking downfield, left side to Nesbitt. That's going to be a bit overthrown. A bit overthrown.
High. Just
Yes.
a bit outside. Mount Zion, they look to be a problem for a lot of teams. 52-14 over Mater Dei. They got J.C. Anderson's their headliner going to Ole Miss. Spurn the Illini.
Yep. So a minute 15 left here, 3rd and 4 after the incomplete pass. Out of the gun for CJ. A target to his right is Mast. Staples will get the carry, and he's going to run to the 30 to the 35. He'll make a break for it, 45, tripped up. And that's going to be 2,000 career rushing yards and then some for Jay Sean Staples, plus a flag after the play. Congratulations, Jay Sean, again, for the second time in your career hitting the 2,000-yard mark. Let's see what this flag gives us. It'll be after the play, so it won't affect the yardage as we go from the 18 to about midfield. Stat should really still be about a 31-yard gain. That'll bring it back.
That takes away some of those yards.
Yep.
We'll give him 17 on it.
17 yards on the penalty or 17 yards on the carry?
On the carry after the penalty.
Okay.
So we're saying roughly 32 minus 15.
Okay. Which puts him at 40, which gets the job done.
Again, very unofficial stats.
42 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 35. In motion, Staples. It'll be CJ on the run with 35 seconds. And he will get to the 41, 42-yard line, maybe a gain of 7 and a flag.
We don't need to throw a flag there. There's no problems. We're trying to get this game over.
Huh. So we'll see some youngins get into the game. So that one will be on the Rockets. I don't know if that's one of those good for the goose, good for the gander sort of things or what.
Yeah, I guess, but I think most of the participants are ready to get out of here.
Yep. So that'll take it to the Rams. Want a timeout here, sponsored by SSM Health, Good Samaritan Hospital, advanced care close to home in the King City with 11.2 seconds left. So,
been a long second half, Chris.
Boy, it has. (55-31) score. 55-31. Rams going to finish the season 3-6. Unity's going to finish their regular season 8-1.
And they expect to make a deep run in the
absolutely.
playoffs. And to be curious how the Southern Illinois teams, looks like to me DeCoin, Nashville are probably going to be slated 2A. Benton maybe 4A, so like a West Frankfort possibly. They went up there last year and got throttled by St. Joe Ogden. They don't want to see these guys.
Nope. Trips right, out of the gun, Staples in motion, and he'll get the sweep to the left side. He's to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, 25 on the run, 25, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. 42 yards for Staples. With 1.4 seconds remaining, Staples gets into the end zone from 42 out. It won't be enough to get him to 1,000 for the season, but
now we're safe in the safe zone.
Yes, sir. Congratulations to the Bearcats of Christopher Ziegler Royalton Alvarado. They're back into the postseason for the first time in 17 years. Wow. Let's see. 55-37 with 1.4 seconds remaining. As they'll go for two with Staples in the backfield alongside C.J. Hughes-Disrow. Takes a kneel. There we go. That's going to be our final score.
That clock got stuck.
It got stuck a little bit, but I mean, technically it shouldn't have. You don't run it there, but it's fine.
Yes.
Everybody just wants out.
Sometimes you got to.
Final score tonight, the Unity Rockets 55, your Mount Vernon Rams 37 as their season comes to a close. We hope you'll stay tuned for the Biltmore Buildings postgame show with your Bonnie Cafe postgame stats and a final Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard, as well as your Mount Vernon Culver star of the game. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Looking for a bank that fits your lifestyle? Discover People's National Bank, where convenience meets value. With mobile banking services, you can manage your finances anytime, anywhere. Enjoy free checking with no hidden fees, competitive mortgage loans to help you find your dream home, and specialized ag and commercial products to give you an advantage in managing your business. Experience banking made easy and affordable. Visit People's National Bank today and see the difference. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Stop searching for your own insurance. You have too much on your plate. Just one call to Hall Insurance, and they'll find the best coverage for your needs. Whether it's home, auto, renters, boat, motorcycle, your business, whatever you need coverage on, they'll do the work for you. Then call you back with a quote, most times in the same day. Call 618-244-7500 or visit hallinsgroup.com. Hall Insurance Group, your independent insurance agency in Mount Vernon. hallinsgroup.com.
Your table's waiting at Bonnie Cafe. In Mount Vernon, delight in the daily lunch and dinner buffet filled with favorites at a price that won't break the bank. Enjoy Fish Fridays, Saturday crawfish and ribeye steaks, and Sundays feel just like home with turkey and ham dinners. Breakfast all day and crispy fried chicken served every day. The historic Bonnie Cafe, inside the Mount Vernon Airport, or the OG in Bonnie. Open 7 days a week from 6 to 8. Family owned, locally loved, and always worth the trip.
94.1 WMIX makes the most winners in Southern Illinois.
Turn it up, I want to win.
And the winning continues during the free-for-all fall, y'all. Presented by Excellent Exteriors.
Yeehaw!
Grab the scarf and pumpkin spice whatever and listen to win.
I love the fall, my favorite time of year.
We still have tickets, lots of them. Concerts, races, sporting events, spooky attractions, and of course, Holiday World tickets. Just when the weather cools off, the contests heat up.
Listen and win.
The free-for-all fall is brought to you in part by Coach House Garages, your Mount Vernon Culvers, Tony Wilt State Farm, Liberty Village of Centralia, Box Drop of Salem, and powered by Excellent Exteriors. The leaves are falling, and so are the tickets. Keep listening to win from 94.1 WMIX. This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Biltmore Buildings post-game show starts now.
Post-game show presented by Biltmore Buildings. Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside. Final score one final time here from Ken Hunt Stadium. The Mount Vernon Rams fall to Tolono Unity 55-37. Let's see. Biltmore Buildings, from farms to families. They deliver strength, style, and hometown pride. Let's build something great with Biltmore Buildings. 55-37, the final score tonight. Rams will conclude their season with a record of 3-6 Unity finishes their regular season 8-1, and along with the other 255 playoff teams, they'll find out their postseason futures tomorrow night. We'll find out our stats in the not-too-distant future, sponsored by Bonnie Cafe of Jefferson County. We'll take a break, come back, get you the numbers. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Ready to build something amazing? Look no further than Biltmore Buildings, Inc. As a proud, locally owned company with over 6,000 successful projects, we're here to serve our community with dedication and integrity. From agricultural structures to automotive shops, workshops, and homes, our skilled team is committed to turning your ideas into a reality. With competitive pricing and a family-supported approach, we put you first. Let's build your future together. Call Biltmore Buildings, Inc. at 618-732-8704.
You've seen prices rise from the dinner table to the pump, but Allstate agents are seeing ways to save you money on insurance. From starting a new policy to bundling coverage or even driving safely, Allstate agents know how to maximize your savings. They'll share their knowledge as they help you personalize your coverage. Because when it comes to seeing all the ways to save, Allstate agents do it best.
Contact Mount Vernon's Allstate agent, Paul Shields, today.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
When you are injured or in pain, the last thing you want to do is wait in the ER. For those times, you don't necessarily need the emergency room. Come to Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois, Ortho Express, open Monday through Friday from 8 until 4 at 4121 Veterans Memorial Drive in Mount Vernon. Get highly trained physician assistants and nurse practitioners providing the care you need quickly and with savings of up to 80% compared to the ER. Call the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois at 618-242-3778 or visit them online at orthocenter-si.com.
Back to the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois broadcast booth. This is Mount Vernon Rams football on WMIX.
94.1 WMIX, the free Section 618 app, and you watched it live on the WMIX Sports YouTube tonight. I'm Chris Hugo, Hank Evans alongside. Mount Vernon Rams come up short tonight against the Tolono Unity Rockets. 55-37 is your final score. Biltmore Buildings sponsors our post-game show. Biltmore Buildings builds it better from the ground up. Shauna Pugh back at the Mount Vernon studio. Devin Finley took care of the camera tonight. Hammer alongside, I'm Hugo, and the post-game stats are calculated by Bonnie Cafe of Jefferson County. Find comfort food like Grandma used to make at Bonnie Cafe in Mount Vernon. Hot lunch and dinner buffets daily, 6 to 8, 7 days a week inside the Mount Vernon Outland Airport. It looks like we have stats.
All right, first for Mount Vernon is they finished their season 3-6. They had 40 rushes for 284 yards. C.J. Hughes Distro Jr., 7 of 14 passing, 145 yards. 2 touchdowns, 429 yards of total offense. Rushing for Mount Vernon individually, it was Jay Sean Staples. He had a late 42-yard touchdown that bumped his total to 15 carries, 82 yards with 2 scores. Chris Rudolph, big game, 8 carries, 159 yards and a touchdown. And the rest of the rushing was the quarterback, Hughes Distro Jr., 17 carries, 43 yards. Receivers, it was Nolan Mast, 4 catches, 67 yards. Nesbitt had 2 catches, 56 yards and a touchdown. And on the hook and ladder play, it was Staples. After a 12-yard pass to Mast, he laterals it to Staples, and he carries it the rest of the way for a receiving touchdown. For Tolono Unity, 27 rushing attempts, 166 yards. Their all-state quarterback, Dane Eisenminger, I had him 16 to 27 passing, 421 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's 587 yards of offense for the Unity Rockets. Individually, it was Eckstein, 17 carries, 123 yards for a touchdown. Dane Eisenminger, he does it all. 6 rushes, 47 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, along with his 5 passing touchdowns. That's the 7 touchdowns he accounted for the Unity Rockets. Receiving, the 2 big play guys, we knew it coming in. It was Henry, 7 catches, 148 yards and a touchdown. And the man, Trey Hogard, I had him for 9 catches, 240 yards, and 4 receiving touchdowns.
There we go. Those are your stats. One final time for this Mount Vernon football season, 55-37, your final score. We'll come back. We'll search for a few more scores. Come back with our Mount Vernon Culver star of the game on this Biltmore Buildings post-game show. Let's see. We'll take one final break, come back one final time to Ken Hunt Stadium. This is Rams football from WMIX Sports and the Section 618 app.
Insurance has been a hot topic lately for most people. Car insurance, home insurance. It just seems to get more expensive every year, and it's something we can't go without. It's your local State Farm agent and Jeep guy, Tony Will, reminding you this is where an agent comes in. My team is able to help you cover your needs and talk to you about the risks of going without it. You know, like understanding what happens when you have a car accident without collision coverage, or have a basement and don't have the proper coverage when water comes in. So before this happens to you, reach out and let's visit about it. Talking to us is free and quotes are free. Give us a call or find me online at TonyWilt.com.
Hey, this is Mario from Parkway Shoe Repair. Are your work boots ready for the toughest jobs? Parkway Shoe Repair on 1024 Jordan Street in Mount Vernon has you covered. Discover a vast selection of top brands like Red Wing, Thorogood, Carolina, Danner, Double H, Irish Setter, and Matterhorn. Whether you need a new pair or a repair, Parkway Shoe Repair ensures durability and comfort that stands the test of time. Trust the experts and the only full-service shoe repair store within 100 miles of Mount Vernon. Parkway Shoe Repair, stepped into quality, keeping feet happy over 50 years.
To everyone who's hungry for something special,
Culver's is the place for us. Hi, what can I make fresh for you today? It's nice being greeted by people who are glad to see you. And I appreciate that they use real ingredients like fresh beef and Wisconsin cheese.
Hey, Mount Vernon. Let us serve you a handcrafted Wisconsin favorite. Every juicy butter burger with fresh, never frozen beef, scoop of creamy, fresh frozen custard, and real Wisconsin cheese curd is made with love and served with a smile. Welcome to Delicious.
It's our pleasure.
This is Mount Vernon Rams football from WMIX Sports. The Mount Vernon Culver's star of the game is next.
94.1 WMIX and the free Section 618.com mobile app tonight. The Mount Vernon Rams fall to Tolono Unity to the tune of 55-37. This is your Biltmore Buildings postgame show. Time for your Mount Vernon Culver's stars of the game. And like we do every year, every sport, we'll take the easy way out. And on senior night, we will pick the Mount Vernon Rams seniors, led by numerically led, I suppose. Jamarion Peterson, a 5'9", 130-pound defensive back, wears number 6. Number 13, a 6'1", 180-pound wide receiver and D-back, Nolan Mast. Truman Carnine, a 6 foot, 170-pound kicker, four-star kicker, no less. Charlie Shoup got in on the final play of the game. It was good to see him. The senior tight end who was injured prior to the season, 6'2", 185. Kane Kessler, number 23, a 5'8", 125-pound senior. Ryder Rhodes wore number 25. He was 5'9", 190. Jaden Matthews, 53. A great presence on the sideline. He was 6'1", 225, or he still is. Ethan Kirby, another senior, wears number 57, 6'3", 180, a lineman. Logan Webb is a lineman, wears 73, 6 foot, 300. Number 87, Adrian Reimer, tight end and long snapper, 5'11", 210. And Landon Lundegreen, 5'6", 245-pound lineman, wears number 90. So your Rams seniors are your Mount Vernon Culver's stars of the game. Find Mount Vernon Culver's, Veterans and 42nd Street in Mount Vernon, and apply to join the Blue Crew family. Go to culvers.jobs and search for Mount Vernon, Illinois. And I'm trying to hold off as long as possible on this scoreboard because, one, there's a game taking forever, and it's in Carbondale, so we will not have the final there, but it's okay. What do we got?
All right, I'll let you fill in what I don't have.
Yep.
But Centralia beats Effingham 21-16. Marion all over Mattoon 49-21. Sycamore in an upset. They go into Cahokia and win 30-28. Benton finishes 9-0, 42-7 over Harrisburg. Chester finishes 8-1. They beat Nashville 29-19. DeCoin 47, Murfreesboro 20. CZRE, Christopher Ziegler Royalton Alvarado 50-25 over Edwards County. El Dorado gets a win 42-30 over Carmi. Flora 29, Red Hill 6. Johnson City 36, Cesar-Valier 18. Fairfield 44, Hamilton County 25. Breeze Central 55-6 over Heron. Mount Carmel 42, Lawrenceville 15. Paris in a mild upset. They beat Casey Westfield 22-17. The last score I seen, it was Frankfurt 54-21 over Sparta. Taylorville beats Civic Memorial 24-17. Westland late in the game 57-32 over Madison. Dupo all over East Altonwood River 63-18, and Carterville wins easily 55-7.
All right. So, not to be stat boy on the old part of the interruption on what all we missed, but Late fourth quarter, Muscuda leads Carbondale 47-28. That one's not going to end anytime soon because it's in Carbondale. Those games mandatory go 5 hours. Last check at halftime, Salem had a 22-7 lead over Charleston. Never found a score from East St. Louis and IMG Academy. That one, of course, could be tomorrow. Last check after 3, DeSmet was leading Edwardsville 27-15. O'Fallon beat LaSalle Peru 34-zip. St. John Vianney out of Kirkwood beat Belleville West 35-27. Highland beat Alton. They're into the playoffs more than, well, they are. 6 wins, 34-24. Belleville East, 27-10 winner over Jeff City Cap City out of Missouri. Rochelle, definitely in the playoffs now, 27-6 winner over Waterloo. Marshall should be into the playoffs, 32-15 winner over Newton. Olney beat Robinson 43-21, secures their undefeated season. I believe you did say Mount Zion beat Mater Dei 52-14. I just forgot to put a check mark by it. Columbia, 7 wins on the regular season, 49-21 winner over Jerseyville. West Glen into the postseason. More than likely, they need some playoff point help badly. 70-32 winner over Madison. Last check, Roxana was leading Alton Marquette 27-zip at the half. Both of those teams came in 5-3 with low playoff points. Seneca all over Carlisle tonight. Carlisle goes winless. Seneca goes undefeated, 48-13. Pana beats Carlinville in a battle of 7-1 teams, 43-26. And Hillsborough, man, just snuck into the playoffs with a 56-20 win over Piasaw Southwestern. And one that I'm mad at myself for forgetting to put on the sheet, but I found it anyway. Collinsville beats Triad tonight 16-7. That'll be a conference game next year. And Massac County last night beat Pinckneyville 48-7. Freeburg plays St. Louis Priory tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Never got an Althoff score, never got a North Mac Gillespie score, and probably the score I'm most upset I could not find was Redbud and Saxony Lutheran out of Jackson, Missouri, because this is the first year for Saxony football. They had a home game tonight, just their second home game of the year after they played Massac County to open up their home field for the first time last week. Saxony Lutheran.
I've always seen that. I didn't realize it was in Jackson.
Yes, sir.
I thought it was closer.
Right there on 55. You can see it if you're heading to Perryville.
I had them more like towards St. Genevieve, but now I know.
Buddy, I'm going to tell you, I've seen more SEMO than I could have ever imagined here over the past 5 years, and there's days I feel like I know more what's going on in SEMO football than I do up here in the People's Republic of Illinois.
All right, then.
There we go. That's a Tony Wilt State Farm scoreboard. Tony Wilt, your State Farm agent of Mount Vernon. Find him online, TonyWilt.com. Look for the red State Farm Jeep around town. Hammer, any final thoughts on 2025?
Tough season, 3-6 could have been better. You just felt like you had a couple injuries early, and you just Mount Vernon couldn't finish games. I mean, they've got most nights a couple of the best players on the field. They just need a little more depth.
I'm trying to be an impartial guy. I know anytime a team doesn't make the playoffs and expectations are there, a lot of finger pointing goes around. People can say what they want. It's numbers. It's not coaching. It's none of that. It's numbers. And there's a lot of athletes. There's a lot of speed, but it doesn't make a darn bit of difference if they're too tired to run late in the game.
Yep.
And until there's some numbers, none of it changes. None of it matters. So, great. I had fun. I'm glad you came back. I'm ready I can't wait to see basketball season and what that has in store for us. Lady Rams volleyball, come pack Shagnon. They're hosting the regional Monday. They'll play Cahokia. They've beaten Cahokia twice. Then the reward for that's number 1 Mater Dei. So Lady Rams volleyball is still going on AM 940, 96.5 FM. You can watch it live wherever you're watching us tonight. Support them. But we have basketball coming up, Rams and Lady Rams. Of course, the Lady Rams coming off of a super sectional run, lost by 1 point to a very good Quincy Notre Dame team, if memory serves correctly. I've tried to block that out, but I remember heck of a game.
They had a chance to win. I mean,
chance. Jeff Lonnen's crew excelled last year, and of course, they lose some key seniors and have some key core coming up, and so that'll be exciting to see. And then, the talk shifts to Mount Vernon Rams basketball and some of the coaching changes there with Quinn McClure, of course, retiring as an assistant coach, if you will, and Brian Gamber, elevating a little bit up in coaching ranks under Tim, and Scott Gamber coming back to help coach the freshmen, and then Doug Creel, of course, coming back to help everybody. And then, what happened to the Titan from Tower Hill? Well, Travis Pinks is now coaching JV for the girls, and the day that Lonnen finally calls a career, whenever that may be. Of course, now you have a decent heir apparent if that's the route they choose to go. Matt Poole's life took an interesting turn, of course, being as busy as he is with things at the golf course now, and his daughters now both being in junior high. So he and Jamie, and of course Jamie with 2 young kids, they take a step back from Lon and staff on the girls' side. So it'll be an interesting basketball season here in Mount Vernon, the King City. We can't wait for it. They'll get the basketballs out here in a few weeks for the girls and a week later for the boys, and we'll start broadcasting for the Nashville girls tournament, we would assume, for Lady Rams, and then usually it's Thanksgiving Eve against Triad for the boys at usually 7 sharp. So we'll see if that's the same bracket or pairings this year. At least that's on Seth English's Google sheet that I have access to. So we'll just assume that is what it is. For Rams football, heartbreak for Mings and company. I love this coaching staff. I like to see what they've done. If you weren't paying attention in 2021, and that's nothing against anybody back then, things took a better turn in 22. And I know spoiled by 2 playoff runs in back-to-back years, but a good program that just needs some numbers. And however that happens, that's all they need.
Yep. I agree. I mean, you're playing the Highlands, you're playing the Triads. They have 100, 110 in the program. It's tough when you're rolling out 50.
And in case you're wondering, we did give the seniors our Mount Vernon Culver stars of the game. They will receive their John Scribner Senior Memorial Scholarships. You don't need anybody thinking anything happened to junior, thank goodness. But the Senior Memorial Scholarships, John Scribner Senior, Paralee, and Jim will hand those out at the Mount Vernon Rams football banquet. So if you wanted to see that tonight, that's when it will happen, and there we go. So for all of us at WMIX Sports, for Hank Evans, for Shauna Pugh back at the studio, for Devin Finley, who did great on camera tonight, Jeff Crow was with us most of the season as well, and of course our wide array of staff back at the studio, Jinx, and I'm going to forget somebody, Andrew Hayes, Sawyer Overstreet, doggone it, Natalie Warren. I believe that to be everybody. My apologies. I know Lolo helped us out a few times as well. Tatum, who's done volleyball with us. Ashley, who's helped with volleyball. Trey Myers helped with volleyball. RJ. All of us at WMIX Sports. It's a big family affair for Hank Evans and Shauna back in the studio, and Devin, and I've already named them, but I'm naming them again. I'm Chris Hugo. One final time this football season. It is Tolono Unity 55, the Mount Vernon Rams 37. Rams finished 3-6 in 2025. So long until basketball